top scorer, and Yuto Hirakawa, the winger. So the changes here for Bristol City, they go with O'Leary in goal, back three of Tanner, Viner and Roberts, then McCrory, Knight, Bird and Pring across midfield, Twine comes in, Earthy's in as well, and it's Wells up front. So the bench for Sheffield United, Brewster, Campbell, Davis, Gilchrist, Holding, McCallum, O'Hare and Raksaki, and for Bristol City it's Armstrong, Bajic, Bell, Cornick, Hirakawa, McGuane, Mehmeti and Morrison. We're underway at 8 p.m. It is Sheffield United versus Bristol City. Well, the team news is in from Bramall Lane for this evening's Championship playoff semi-final second leg clash between Sheffield United and Bristol City. Well, the Blades will be looking to finish the job after they got a 3-0 victory in the first leg at Ashton Gate last week, and boss Chris Wilder makes a couple of changes to the side that performed so well down there, with Brewster and Campbell replaced by Cannon and Brooks, who came off the bench to score a goal in that game. So Sheffield United, they line up then with Cooper in goal, back four of Chowdhury, Ahmed Hodzic, Robinson and Burrows, midfield of Brooks, Peck, Vinny Souza and Harmer, Cannon and Moore as the front. So Bristol City, well, they're chasing the game hard. Liam Manning has made 4 changes to his side, a couple of them enforced. Williams is out through injury, and of course Rob Dickie is suspended after being sent off in the incident that led to a Blades penalty. Also going out of the team are Anis Mehmeti, the top scorer, and Yuto Hirakawa, the winger. So the changes here for Bristol City, they go with O'Leary in goal, back three of Tanner, Viner and Roberts, then McCrory, Knight, Bird and Pring across midfield, Twine comes in, Earthy's in as well, and it's Wells up front. So the bench for Sheffield United, Brewster, Campbell, Davis, Gilchrist, Holding, McCallum, O'Hare and Raksaki, and for Bristol City it's Armstrong, Bajic, Bell, Cornick, Hirakawa, McGuane, Mehmeti and Morrison. We're underway at 8 p.m. It is Sheffield United versus Bristol City. Well, the team news is in from Bramall Lane for this evening's Championship playoff semi-final second leg clash between Sheffield United and Bristol City. Well, the Blades will be looking to finish the job after they got a 3-0 victory in the first leg at Ashton Gate last week, and boss Chris Wilder makes a couple of changes to the side that performed so well down there, with Brewster and Campbell replaced by Cannon and Brooks, who came off the bench to score a goal in that game. So Sheffield United, they line up then with Cooper in goal, back four of Chowdhury, Ahmed Hodzic, Robinson and Burrows, midfield of Brooks, Peck, Vinny Souza and Harmer, Cannon and Moore as the front. So Bristol City, well, they're chasing the game hard. Liam Manning has made 4 changes to his side, a couple of them enforced. Williams is out through injury, and of course Rob Dickie is suspended after being sent off in the incident that led to a Blades penalty. Also going out of the team are Anis Mehmeti, the top scorer, and Yuto Hirakawa, the winger. So the changes here for Bristol City, they go with O'Leary in goal, back three of Tanner, Viner and Roberts, then McCrory, Knight, Bird and Pring across midfield, Twine comes in, Earthy's in as well, and it's Wells up front. So the bench for Sheffield United, Brewster, Campbell, Davis, Gilchrist, Holding, McCallum, O'Hare and Raksaki, and for Bristol City it's Armstrong, Bajic, Bell, Cornick, Hirakawa, McGuane, Mehmeti and Morrison. We're underway at 8 p.m. It is Sheffield United versus Bristol City. Well, the team news is in from Bramall Lane for this evening's Championship playoff semi-final second leg clash between Sheffield United and Bristol City. Well, the Blades will be looking to finish the job after they got a 3-0 victory in the first leg at Ashton Gate last week, and boss Chris Wilder makes a couple of changes to the side that performed so well down there, with Brewster and Campbell replaced by Cannon and Brooks, who came off the bench to score a goal in that game. So Sheffield United, they line up then with Cooper in goal, back four of Chowdhury, Ahmed Hodzic, Robinson and Burrows, midfield of Brooks, Peck, Vinny Souza and Harmer, Cannon and Moore as the front. So Bristol City, well, they're chasing the game hard. Liam Manning has made 4 changes to his side, a couple of them enforced. Williams is out through injury, and of course Rob Dickie is suspended after being sent off in the incident that led to a Blades penalty. Also going out of the team are Anis Mehmeti, the top scorer, and Yuto Hirakawa, the winger. So the changes here for Bristol City, they go with O'Leary in goal, back three of Tanner, Viner and Roberts, then McCrory, Knight, Bird and Pring across midfield, Twine comes in, Earthy's in as well, and it's Wells up front. So the bench for Sheffield United, Brewster, Campbell, Davis, Gilchrist, Holding, McCallum, O'Hare and Raksaki, and for Bristol City it's Armstrong, Bajic, Bell, Cornick, Hirakawa, McGuane, Mehmeti and Morrison. We're underway at 8 p.m. It is Sheffield United versus Bristol City. Well, the team news is in from Bramall Lane for this evening's Championship playoff semi-final second leg clash between Sheffield United and Bristol City. Well, the Blades will be looking to finish the job after they got a 3-0 victory in the first leg at Ashton Gate last week, and boss Chris Wilder makes a couple of changes to the side that performed so well down there, with Brewster and Campbell replaced by Cannon and Brooks, who came off the bench to score a goal in that game. So Sheffield United, they line up then with Cooper in goal. Back four of Chowdhury, Ahmed Hodzic, Robinson and Burrows. Midfield of Brooks, Peck, Vinny Souza and Harmer, Cannon and Moore as the front two. Bristol City, well, they're chasing the game hard. Liam Manning has made 4 changes to his side, a couple of them enforced. Williams is out through injury, and of course Rob Dickey is suspended after being sent off in the incident that led to a Blades penalty. Also going out of the team are Anis Mehmeti, the top scorer, and Yuto Hirakawa, the winger. So the changes here for Bristol City, they go with O'Leary in goal. Back three of Tanner, Viner and Roberts. Then McCrory, Knight, Bird and Pring across midfield. Twine comes in, Earthy's in as well, and it's Wells up front. So the bench for Sheffield United: Brewster, Campbell, Davis, Gilchrist, Holding, McCallum, O'Hare and Raksaki. And for Bristol City, it's Armstrong, Bajic, Bell, Cornick, Hirakawa, Maguane, Mehmeti and Morrison. We're underway at 8 p.m. It is Sheffield United versus Bristol City. Well, the team news is in from Bramall Lane for this evening's Championship playoff semi-final second leg clash between Sheffield United and Bristol City. Well, the Blades will be looking to finish the job after they got a 3-0 victory in the first leg at Ashton Gate last week, and boss Chris Wilder makes a couple of changes to the side that performed so well down there, with Brewster and Campbell replaced by Cannon and Brooks, who came off the bench to score a goal in that game. So Sheffield United, they line up then with Cooper in goal. Back four of Chowdhury, Ahmed Hodzic, Robinson and Burrows. Midfield of Brooks, Peck, Vinny Souza and Harmer, Cannon and Moore as the front two. Bristol City, well, they're chasing the game hard. Liam Manning has made 4 changes to his side, a couple of them enforced. Williams is out through injury, and of course Rob Dickey is suspended after being sent off in the incident that led to a Blades penalty. Also going out of the team are Anis Mehmeti, the top scorer, and Yuto Hirakawa, the winger. So the changes here for Bristol City, they go with O'Leary in goal. Back three of Tanner, Viner and Roberts. Then McCrory, Knight, Bird and Pring across midfield. Twine comes in, Earthy's in as well, and it's Wells up front. So the bench for Sheffield United: Brewster, Campbell, Davis, Gilchrist, Holding, McCallum, O'Hare and Raksaki. And for Bristol City, it's Armstrong, Bajic, Bell, Cornick, Hirakawa, Maguane, Mehmeti and Morrison. We're underway at 8 p.m. It is Sheffield United versus Bristol City. Well, the team news is in from Bramall Lane for this evening's Championship playoff semi-final second leg clash between Sheffield United and Bristol City. Well, the Blades will be looking to finish the job after they got a 3-0 victory in the first leg at Ashton Gate last week, and boss Chris Wilder makes a couple of changes to the side that performed so well down there, with Brewster and Campbell replaced by Cannon and Brooks, who came off the bench to score a goal in that game. So Sheffield United, they line up then with Cooper in goal. Back four of Chowdhury, Ahmed Hodzic, Robinson and Burrows. Midfield of Brooks, Peck, Vinny Souza and Harmer, Cannon and Moore as the front two. Bristol City, well, they're chasing the game hard. Liam Manning has made 4 changes to his side, a couple of them enforced. Williams is out through injury, and of course Rob Dickey is suspended after being sent off in the incident that led to a Blades penalty. Also going out of the team are Anis Mehmeti, the top scorer, and Yuto Hirakawa, the winger. So the changes here for Bristol City, they go with O'Leary in goal. Back three of Tanner, Viner and Roberts. Then McCrory, Knight, Bird and Pring across midfield. Twine comes in, Earthy's in as well, and it's Wells up front. So the bench for Sheffield United: Brewster, Campbell, Davis, Gilchrist, Holding, McCallum, O'Hare and Raksaki. And for Bristol City, it's Armstrong, Bajic, Bell, Cornick, Hirakawa, Maguane, Mehmeti and Morrison. We're underway at 8 p.m. It is Sheffield United versus Bristol City. Well, the team news is in from Bramall Lane for this evening's Championship playoff semi-final second leg clash between Sheffield United and Bristol City. Well, the Blades will be looking to finish the job after they got a 3-0 victory in the first leg at Ashton Gate last week, and boss Chris Wilder makes a couple of changes to the side that performed so well down there, with Brewster and Campbell replaced by Cannon and Brooks, who came off the bench to score a goal in that game. So Sheffield United, they line up then with Cooper in goal. Back four of Chowdhury, Ahmed Hodzic, Robinson and Burrows. Midfield of Brooks, Peck, Vinny Souza and Harmer, Cannon and Moore as the front two. Bristol City, well, they're chasing the game hard. Liam Manning has made 4 changes to his side, a couple of them enforced. Williams is out through injury. And of course, Rob Dickey is suspended after being sent off in the incident that led to a Blades penalty. Also going out of the team are Anis Mehmeti, the top scorer. Well, a warm welcome along to Off-Tube studio-based commentary then on this Championship playoff semi-final second leg. And it's a mountain to climb for Bristol City at Bramall Lane. Liam Manning's side then do themselves no favours in the first leg, beaten 3-0. And they really do need some kind of performance in the Steel City tonight. And the stadium, Bramall Lane, is absolutely packed to the rafters with Sheffield United fans who are buoyant and confident about their side's prospects of going to Wembley and possibly going all the way. We're about to get underway in this second leg clash. I'm Simon Barlow, joined by James Mason. And James, we have seen some remarkable comebacks in playoff games in recent seasons. Everybody remembers Sheffield Wednesday, just down the road from Bramall Lane, of course, last season against Peterborough. Can Bristol City do something similar?
I'd be very surprised. History is massively against them, isn't it? Even though you mentioned that about Sheffield Wednesday, but it would take just a huge improvement in their performance. And yes, you could argue the red card, obviously, it didn't help them in the last leg, but I still think that the Blades looked the more threatening before that even happened. It will take an absolutely huge effort. Of course, it's easy to say, but I think if they can get the first goal, then who knows? But trying to quiet down the Bramall Lane Stadium and just keep this Sheffield United team at bay, I think it'll be very difficult. Yeah, it's a balmy mid-May evening in Sheffield. There's O'Leary, who got his hands on the ball after the centre kick from Sheffield United went straight to him. He's kicked it back into their territory, and he's gained 90 metres with a nice touch kick there to get Bristol City deep in the home side's half. It's going to be a throw-in to be taken by Jack Robinson, who's just been told to go back there by the linesman from sort of the left-back spot. He hurls it long downfield towards Moore, tries to flick it on towards Cannon. Cannon tussling there with the defender, and it comes off Roberts, and then it goes out for a throw-in to Sheffield United just on the halfway line. Yeah, 4 changes to that Bristol City side, 2 enforced from the first leg because of the suspension and the injury to Williams. Williams, who hit the crossbar with a thunderous effort when it was still 0-0. Perhaps could have changed the course of the match had that gone in. Twine now plays the ball back to his goalkeeper O'Leary. He's got time just to take a touch. Assesses his options left and right and pings it out to the right flank here where it's headed on towards midfield. Now it's picked up by Twine again, who's attacking the edge of the box here. He goes down looking for a free kick. Referee says nope, no chance, and it's cleared by the Blades. Not very well though, and Twine hits a snatched effort that just dribbles wide of the post. But I think he motioned to me that Twine was looking for that free kick. Yeah, absolutely, and I don't know why, because he done really, really well. I know why, because he takes him. Well, yeah, just gets ahead of him. There's a little flick out initially from the Sheffield United players recovering back, but yeah, he's probably looking for an early yellow card or an early free kick on the edge of the box, but it looked like a great opportunity just to pull the trigger. He does in the end, because it's poor defending from the Blades, but yeah, you don't like to see that. I suppose they've probably still got to be in the bonnet, haven't they, about the first leg, about the red card that they felt was harshly awarded. Yeah, headed on by Moore again, the long ball from Cooper. It's towards Cannon. This time it's headed away by Tanner and cleared down the line by McCrory. McCrory's long 60-yard ball is headed clear by Robinson. It's scrappy in the early stages. Neither side able to really string 2 or 3 passes together. Maybe Bristol City can now with Roberts, who just goes over half a challenge there from Brooks, and the referee saw nothing wrong with that, so it's going to be a throw-in to Sheffield United. They did finish well clear of all the other 3 teams in the playoff places, the Blades. They were vying for automatic promotion right until the crux weekend, Easter weekend of the season, when a couple of bad results for them really cost them. Yeah, they looked to have it sort of sewn up, didn't they, when Leeds start to fall away a little bit, and then it was Sheffield United and Burnley in the top 2. And you looked at the fixture list for Sheffield United as well, and you thought, oh, there you go, they're going to be okay. They'll pick up a couple of wins, and then they drop points very uncharacteristically against some of the lower sides. Pax missed the ball in midfield. That allows the Bristol City to bring it forward now, but a pass from Twine aimed towards the front man there. It might have been Earthy, actually, who was trying to link up with its paw, and it's cleared away by Sheffield United up towards Moore, who heads it down
only to the benefit now of Knight. Knight wide to McCrory. McCrory dispossessed by Harmer. And now Burrows, who scored that penalty. Controversial one you were talking about. Back to Harmer down the left-hand side. This is good movement from the Blades into the penalty area. Peck arrives, but he's challenged on the edge of the box by Vine. Still with Sheffield United. A shot from Cannon, which is squeezed over the bar. It was a sharp one on the turn, but he was off balance and hit it over the bar.
Yeah, good opportunity though. It was bright play down the left-hand side. Not tracked then into the little inside roll there was Harmer. It's a nice ball in. The first touch wasn't great. Thought Moore was going to strike it first time. Gives it to Cannon. Just couldn't quite get his foot wrapped around that one, and as soon as he hits it, it goes on the up. It's still not far away from that top left corner, but just didn't get over the top of it.
Well, he is, I guess, sort of statistically, Sheffield United's top scorer, Tom Cannon. He's only got 1 for them, but he got 11 for Stoke City in the Championship early this season when on loan from Leicester. So they still count to his tally. He's got 12 in total. But really, for a team like Sheffield United to finish third and clear third as well, and to have a top scorer with only 12 goals, of which only 1 really has come for them, shows you how they've been struggling for goals this season, really.
Yeah, you'd maybe like to say they've shared the goals around. They've not had that out-and-out play. You know, you look at some of the promoted sides that usually go up, and I mean, Leeds, you look at them, it was Joel Perreault. You know, in previous years for teams that have gone up, they've always had a striker that's probably hit around 20 goals around that mark, and yeah, they just haven't quite had that attacking threat. I mean, Burnley are the anomaly, aren't they? Because they obviously didn't have many goals scored, but they had an absolutely fantastic defensive record. But they will have to improve next season in the Premier League in the attacking third.
Long ball from McCrory is gathered by Cooper, who's right to the edge of his box there. They're just probing at the moment, aren't they, Bristol City, without really getting that final pass right. We've had that stumble from Twine and the snatched shot when it came back to after poor clearance from Ahmed Hodzic. That's about their best moment so far. Another long clearance from Cooper, headed on by Moore. Moore very prominent in the early stages of this game with the flick-ons and the headers, and now Cannon rattles into a challenge on Tanner, and he takes man on ball there, and it goes out for a throw-in to the Robins. Bristol City desperate to get back into the top flight. They've not been they've never been a Premier League team, have they? They've not been a top flight team now for 35 years. Relegated in 1980. They actually did the triple drop. Went down to the old 4th division as it was then in 3 consecutive seasons, and have slowly worked their way back towards the top end of the Championship. They were in the playoff final a few years back, weren't they? Was it that memorable game where Dean Windass scored an absolute worldie at Wembley, I think, for Hull City? I think that's probably the last time they were in the playoff final.
2009, I think, is that? I think I might have been at university.
Anyway, it's been a while. There's Roberts. Oh, nice turn from Roberts to get away from Brooks, and he tries to get the better of Sousa, but great challenge there from the Brazilian, snapping into that tackle, and he's G'd up there by the home fans' reaction to his tackle as it goes out for a throw-in.
Yeah, it's a good play. I mean, it's quieted down a little bit. I think Sheffield United have to think as long as they see out Bristol City for the opening 20 minutes of the game, don't concede and just keep it as 0-0. I think then maybe, you know, it'll force the away side to have to come out the shells even more and leave gaps for them to, you know, to expose potentially. But yeah, I think for the home side, it's just keeping Bristol City at bay for the first 20 and just trying to let them exert their energy early on.
Yeah, they have defended pretty well so far, the Blades. Bristol City have it again at the back with Zach Viner, who's middle of that 3-man rear guard. He passes it out towards McCrory on the right. Back he goes to Tanner, immediately under pressure there from the Blades' Cannon, who's closing him down. Viner passes it through midfield, and now it's on towards Twine. This is looking more promising for Bristol City. Twine approaching the edge of the box, turns it back to the left-hand side now, and Pring puts a cross into the penalty area. Coming in is McCrory with a header, and it's just gone wide. But that's what you want to see, isn't it? One wing back to another, and McCrory got the better of the Blades defender, just couldn't quite get the header on target.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. He spots him straight away, whips it in. He's got the run. I tell you what, Harrison Burrows has no idea where McCrory is. He stood still. He's just trying to head it away like that. He's not on the move, and that's a really good opportunity. You've got to make the most of those.
Well, I think it's going to be a corner because I think it came off Burrows' shoulder, didn't it? It was looked as though maybe McCrory got the final touch initially, but no, we've seen a replay and a couple of replays, and it's definitely come off Burrows last. But as you say, he was completely blindsided there by the run of McCrory. So, first corner of the game goes to the visiting side, and it's going to be taken now Left-footed by Bird, and it goes near post. It's flicked back towards the edge of the box, but the referee spotted an infringement. I think it was at that near post area, and he's given the free kick to Sheffield United. Yeah,
it's a little bit disappointing when you've got a set-piece chance against the Blades. You've got to try and get in. There's not a great deal of contact there, I have to say. I think Anelama Hodzic, he is very clever, I think, at being able to win free kicks. I think he's that type of player. So, yeah, but again, that's a good positive bit of play there by the visiting side. I mentioned that playoff final 2008. That was when they lost 1-0 at Dean Windass goal.
As back pass goes to O'Leary, quickly plays it out. It's a good pass to find Roberts. Roberts, one of the 4 changes from the first leg, passes it inside to Bird. Bird's got Brooks on his back, so he goes back to Roberts. Now Twine plays it back now into defence for Prink, and then back into midfield. Bird back to Viner. Sheffield United sitting off in a out of shape 4-5-1 formation. Really, Cannon drops into midfield. Moore really is the only lone striker, if you can call it that, when they're out of possession. They have it again though with on this near side, McCrory back infield to Bird. Bird now with a left-footed pass to find the man in space, and it's a lovely pass out to the left-hand side. Here's Roberts now approaching the edge of the box, lays it back for Twine. Twine, oh, he just couldn't get his feet sorted out. It was neither a shot nor a pass, and Sheffield United clear. And they're on the attack as well, break down the other end with Cannon's pace, but Viner did well, knocked it back there. But yeah, I think Scott Twine, wish he could have that chance again.
Yeah, he seemed to do everything right. He dropped into the space. It was a lovely crossfield ball by Bird there, diagonal out to the left. It was a good touch to bring it down. I don't know. I don't know whether he thinks to himself, should I hit this? Or he catches a defender in the corner of the eye and thinks it's going to get blocked, so I'll try and let it go through my legs or leave it. I think he tries to pass it. I think he tries to be really nonchalant there and just flick it inside.
Bruno Fernandes sort of FA Cup final pass.
Terrible though. Just put your left foot through it. Maybe he has a little stumble, so then he has to try and pass it.
He stumbled when he got to the edge of the box on his attack in the first couple of minutes, didn't he? I wonder if he's... No, I'm not saying he's... I don't think his footwear's a problem. I think he's just a little bit nervous. I don't know. Big chance for him tonight. Anyway, ball forward towards the edge of the box. And Knight plays it through, and there could be a chance here on the edge of the box for Wells. Wells is driven wide by the pass, which is a bit strong, and then Wells' pass was well read by Vinny Souza, intercepts. Fighting fires back there, the midfielder, and he plays it down the line. Flicked infield by Harmer. Peck now runs onto it, but a 50-50 challenge is won there by Bird. Bird now feeding Twine on the edge of the penalty area. He's got Roberts making tracks left-hand side again. Roberts looks up, goes inside to Bird. Bird back to the edge of the box, and Knight. Knight on his left foot, drives a shot, and it's saved by Cooper.
Tell you what, this is really good play by Bristol City. They're definitely, they've got the confidence up here. They're knocking it around nicely. Down that left-hand side is where they look as if they are trying to attack. I mean, Hamza Chowdhury, he's not a right-back by nature, is he? He's been filling into that position to decent effect for Sheffield United this season, but I think they've thought, we'll have a go at him, we'll target him, and the overlapping wing-backs are helping.
Yeah, it's definitely a weakness, I think, in this Sheffield United side. They've had their issues there, of course, with injuries throughout the season. Alfie Gilchrist on loan from Chelsea picked up an injury. Who else did they have as well that got an injury that's out for a while as well? But I think Chowdhury, you'd say, is probably, well, he's a midfielder, isn't he? But he's sort of third choice right back.
Clark, Harrison Clark.
Yeah. As Sheffield United have it again at the back with Robinson. Robinson looking at his goalkeeper here, doesn't get him much help from Cooper, who doesn't want the back pass, so he has to turn himself here. The defender knocks it down the line. It's flicked on by Harmer only to Bird. Bird and just trying to knock it to the side to McCrory, can't quite link up with him, and it goes out for a throw-in to the Blades. But yeah, really promising start this from Bristol City.
Yeah, no, it's good. That was a really good play just to stop that easy ball back towards the goalkeeper. Didn't give the foul away either. You see players sometimes do that. They put a hand on the back when they've got them under pressure and they give away a free kick, but they didn't.
Ball flicked on by Moore again. That's about his 5th flick on of the game so far. Then McCrory promotes it forward. Chase on here from Wells, but defender got there first, Ahmed Hodzic, and just tidies up with the back header to Cooper. Cooper, ex Plymouth Argyle goalkeeper. He's had a very consistent season. You'd certainly say be a candidate for maybe the Championship team of the season. I think probably James Trafford is probably just going to edge him though because of the amount of clean sheets he got.
Yeah, no, agreed. I think it's really hard not to have a lot of Burnley players in the defensive aspect of that team of the season, but certainly he's done well for them. He's pulled up quite a few good stops, and yeah, you maybe think someone like Leeds would have liked him on their side for the campaign, even though they went up.
Yeah, Leeds and Burnley already planning for the Premier League next season. Sheffield United will be just starting to think about it again. Obviously, don't want to get too carried away. It's a game at Wembley. If they get through this tie tonight to negotiate. Ball into Wells' feet, who comes off the front and now left-footed. Again, they're looking to find that man out there, which is Roberts, but Chowdhury does well with the header this time. And now the ball's picked up by Ahmed Hodzic. Back to Cooper it goes. And the Bosnian once more. Wide to Chowdhury. Into Brooks' feet. Sheffield United just trying to draw the press here from Bristol City before Cooper then boots it long up towards Moore, but he's not going to win that header. In fact, it was Cannon probably the nearest to it on that occasion. Twine now gets it on the touchline, and then a little drag back comes off the legs of Brooks, and it's a quick throw in taken by Bristol City, who are trying to keep this tempo high in the opening 15 minutes, but so far so good for the Blades. It's still goalless, and they lead 3-0 on aggregate. Viner fizzes the ball into the feet of Knight. Knight works it out to McCrory on the right. They're inside the Blades half again. In fact, the majority of this game is now being played in Sheffield United territory. On the halfway line, little turn there from Pring. Goes back to Viner. Viner with a long ball forward towards McCrory. Goes up with a header. Can't quite get the purchase he wanted to, and it's an easy claim for Cooper again.
Yeah, just trying to settle it down a little bit, haven't they, Sheffield United? It's always quite difficult, isn't it? You've won the first leg 3-0, you're on home for the second, and it's that balancing act of not sitting in and being too defensive early on, but not being too exposed as well. They're trying to balance it at the minute, but needlessly giving away possession.
You can just see Vinicius Souza there looking at the bench as to where he needs to be in the build-up phase. It was almost like he was asking the bench, you know, where do you want me to be? Because obviously when you're building up from the back, sometimes you want your central midfielder to vacate the area to create space, and I think he just got the message, no, you sit there and don't get caught out of position. So Sheffield United seem happier without the ball than they do with the ball at the moment. Bristol City pushing here on the edge of the, just over the halfway line. As Knight plays a little 1-2 there with McCrory. Gives it inside to Tanner. Now Viner, again, they're targeting that left-hand side, looking for the ball to Roberts. Roberts tries to take it and go past Chowdhury. Chowdhury's pace bails him out there, and he just scoops it out for a throw. Down by the corner flag. In front of the Cop end, the popular end for the Blades fans, but they're doing some defending at that end at the moment as the ball's played to Knight on the edge box. Then Moore does well, helping out in defence, and he plays it to Burrows. Burrows is long ball forward, seeking out Harmer, but the miscontrol there from Tanner works out well for the Blades, and they have a throw.
Yeah, again, it just not quite with that final ball at the moment. Wasn't a bad one inside, but I suppose you've got to give credit to Kiefer Moore all the way back there to do his defensive duties and just break up the play. But again, it's down that left-hand side, isn't it? That first-time ball by Viner out diagonally to the left was absolutely superb once again, and Chowdhury just getting caught too sort of compact and too close into his two centre-backs. So that is exactly what they're trying to do, is just knock the ball left-hand side every time they can.
Yeah, some of the movement that leads up to that is all pre-planned, isn't it? They're definitely trying to get that pass, create an avenue for that pass with the movement of the forward players, trying to drag Chowdhury inside, so there is a huge open space there for any sort of cross-field pass to find him, Roberts. As now Sheffield United could have a chance to attack here, but it's given away by Moore, and then a good challenge by Souza on Wells, knocks it out for a throw-in. Looks like it came off the Sheffield United player last. It will be a throw-in to Bristol City in the right-back position. Tanner throws it into Viner, just on the edge of his penalty area. O'Leary offers the goalkeeper, wearing sort of dark pink goalkeeping kit tonight, short sleeve shirt and gloves, just waiting for somebody to press. Now he kicks long towards Roberts, who heads it on. Viner feels that he was going to be beaten there by the challenge from Chowdhury. Doesn't pick up the second ball, but Roberts does. And now Pring plays it back to Viner. That's given away by him. And so just as Harmer was trying to get it out of his feet, a challenge came in from Knight, and then Pring wins a free kick from Brooks. And that all bails Viner out for a fairly ordinary pass. Just coming up to 19 minutes gone Bramall Lane. Still no goals in this second leg of the Championship playoff semi-final. Long ball forward from Roberts, looking for the run of Wells, trying to stretch that Sheffield United defence. He gathers it, then comes back towards the support, finds Bird. Roberts again, little 1-2 with the former Derby County midfielder. In it goes to Twine. Twine gets the call there that Moore was on him, and he rides a challenge and managed to get it through to Wells, who strikes a goal. It's straight at Cooper, but it was just sort of dipping in front of the goalkeeper, and he had to really be sure-handed there.
Yeah, smart save from Cooper. All you'd say from Bristol City with the possession they've had in the little openings, the shots on target have all been from distance. They've all been from outside the area, and that's the issue. They're not quite getting that final pass right when they're inside the area, and you know, Sheffield United will be happy with that if that's where they're striking them from.
Long ball forward from Burrows. More challenges, but Tanner gets something on that one, and then he gets some help from Knight. Knight tangling with Harmer and plays it back to Viner. Viner coolly back to Tanner. And they've worked their way through the initial Sheffield United press, but not really gained much territory. Now Viner has more considered option to hit it long, looking for Wells, but Wells wins the header, but it comes off his back and runs through to Cooper. Well, it's been a flowing game so far, not been many fouls, and hardly really mentioned the referee. It's not been anything like the first leg for controversy so far.
Yeah, no, I thought there'd be a few more little challenges nipping in, but maybe the referee would be glad of that because he's not had to get any cards out of the pocket yet.
Yep. It's now Sheffield United on the attack. They find Harmer. Harmer slips it through to Brooks. Brooks is wrong side of the defender, but forced wide by the pass from Harmer. He's gone towards a corner flag. Lays it back to Peck. Siddy Peck. Once on Arsenal's books, socks roll down, plays it back to Chowdhury, and then Harmer on the turn, feeds it forward. Sousa back to Peck. This is calm build-up play from Sheffield United. Will instill their fans with a bit more confidence. Brooks now, the winger, just chopping and playing it back now to Chowdhury, who's high cross delivered to the back post, looking for more. He heads it down. It might drop here to Burrows, but then quickly in was Knight, who just clears his lines. Sheffield United regain possession now, and well, just the mere hint of pressure there from Earthy on Robinson forced him to go back to his goalkeeper, but only for a brief moment. The momentum was lost. Here's Ahmed Hodzic just tottering towards the halfway line, plays it forward, and Pring almost misread that ball, but he does manage to get it under control now and plays it on towards Bird. Bird tries to knee it on towards Knight, foot in there from Cannon, and then Vinicius Sousa plays it back to Burrows on the halfway line. Three sort of what would you call that, sort of cream or sort of beige shirts they've got. The Bristol.
It's like a dirty white.
Yeah, it's off-white. Yeah. Anyway, the Sheffield United red and white stripes are in possession at the moment with Sousa. On it goes to Harmer. Good tackle from Twine. Plays it back to Viner. And now wide to McCrory. McCrory, simple pass into Knight. Knight looking for that pass out towards the left flank again, towards Wells, and now Twine picks it up. Referee says play on. Twine gets it out to Roberts now, but there's nobody in the box really to aim for. Earthy was near post, but not really showing. And Roberts is closed down by Brooks back there, so it's going to be a throw-in. Cameras linger on the referee because there was a shout for a free kick, and again it was Twine involved, looking for the free kick in sort of 35 yards out. The referee allowed play on there. Throwing to be taken by Pring. He just drops it into the feet of Bird, gets it back, feeds it back inside. Bird now on it goes to the edge of the box. Earthy's first time ball looking for Wells. Wells is in behind but forced wide, crosses to the back post, and it's actually really well claimed at the near post by Cooper.
That's the good and the bad there. Cooper initially I thought he should have just got that ball when it was just flicked through by Earthy. He sort of half comes and starts back pedals and just manages to claw that little chip ball back then, but yeah, it was nearly a mistake by the goalkeeper.
Well, we've reached the midpoint of the first half, and it's still goalless at Bramall Lane. To take you through to half-time, it's going to be James Mason.
It's flown. I mentioned get past that 20-minute point for Sheffield United at 0-0, and I think they'll be happy, and you might see them starting to get a little bit more confident, I think, in their play. We'll wait and see. They've been very rigid, haven't they? It's just been route one, really, from them. Knock it up to Moore, who tries to win that, and he's fouled his marker there, so that will be a free kick to Bristol City. Tanner then, I mean, it's always a mismatch when a player of more size goes up for an aerial battle, but as a defender you've got to find a way of trying to sort of battle with him and trying to win free kicks like he did there.
Yeah, I mean, he's head and shoulders above, you know, some of the defenders he's going up against. I kind of feel sorry for Tanner. I mean, Viner and Pring, a bit more physically built, a bit more upper body strength, but Tanner, player he's been pulling onto on this side, really can't handle Moore. He's just too big.
Yeah, just saw shots of Rob Dickie in the crowd there, having got that red card in the first leg, and again they protested against it. I think Ian Manning, the Bristol City head coach, called it a disgrace, I think he did, but I have to say, looking back, I don't think it was a disgrace that it was a red card. He was straight through on goal, Kiefer Moore, and he pulled him down, and then he tried to wrap his leg around him to make it as if he, to make it look as if he tried to make an actual attempt to win the ball, and unfortunately double jeopardy came out for him. And yeah, it was just one of those situations where I think the pressure of the situation got to him as Blades have it with Chowdhury now over halfway. Good strong sliding challenge comes in, and Bristol City have the ball back over halfway. Then Chowdhury dives into that one, ball bobbling around. It's going to fall now towards Peck, and they look to come forward here. The Blades down the right hand side with Brooks, and he'll steam forward here, running up against the City defender. Brooks into the area, loses his footing though, loses the ball. It's cleared upfield up towards the halfway line. Trying to win that one was George Earthy, can't do it, and United have possession back down this left-hand side. Harmer delivers one in, and Moore with a little flicked header. Can't direct it goalwards, though, or can't direct it on goal. It goes over the bar behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, but that's the kind of service he'd be wanting. I mean, so far it's just been flicking on goal kicks, really, isn't it, for Kiefer Moore? But here he gets into a good position near post. Harmer's ball is good. Harmer does really well to win the ball back. He just bodies McCrory off the ball, and then he gets it onto his right foot, puts a really good whip delivery in there, which no defender's really going to want to deal with, and especially with Moore in front of you. And he gets some header on it, just not the contact he probably wanted.
Yeah, Naki Wells trying to give a bit of pressure here as the Blades have possession around their own penalty area. Chowdhury knocks it now towards Amahodzic down the line as Sousa's asking for a free kick. He's going to get it eventually. The referee had a long look at that one. I have to say I'm not quite sure if it was or not, but Twine is judged to have made the foul. He's, like you said, he's been up and down, Twine, in this first half. He's been involved heavily, but you're just not quite sure that he's stable on his feet when he gets possession, as Harmer has it down this left side, tries a little trick, ball's flicked away, but he'll win it back on the halfway line, the former commentary man. Goes back then towards teammate in Robinson, now with Sousa. It's an imposing figure in the centre of midfield. Sousa looks like he's a good 6'3", something like that. As Chowdhury goes inside now towards teammate in Peck.
Yeah, I think it's been one of the main reasons why they've been so consistent this season. Vinicius Sousa, he's controlled a lot of games from the middle of the park for Sheffield United. When they've got leads, they've relied on him to just shut them down in the middle there. And he looks like a player as well, I think, that could do well in the Premier League. You look at if Sheffield United do go up, how many players will they need to sign? Well, I think central midfield is probably one area they wouldn't necessarily neglect, but there's definitely other areas that you'd prioritise above that.
Yep, no, I'd agree, because you've got Sousa and Peck in there at the minute, but Gustavo Harmer can play in there as well, so they've got options. I think it's defence for me is probably where they need to sharpen up, but it's Bristol City coming forward down this right-hand side, sort of top of the shoulder control, I'd say that was there. As go back inside, knock it forward towards Earthy. Earthy goes to McCrory just further to his outside, whips a ball in. It's controlled and passed out as the Blades quite easy there. Delivery not into the box, not the greatest, and now they'll try and counter here with Moore. Well, that's ambitious. The ball was bouncing around close to the halfway line, close to the touch line. I think he was losing control, his balance there, so he tries to shoot from that far out and he gets it all wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it was an up and under, wasn't it, more than a shot. He's obviously, he's a striker who doesn't score that many goals, really, but he's got a role for the team, and scoring 40-yard, 50-yard worldies like that is not really part of his remit.
Interesting if he did it, though. As City come forward down the left-hand side now, where they have had quite a few of their attacks, but the chances, the opportunities are just dried up for them in the last 5 or so minutes. It's maybe just the Blades starting to settle themselves down as well and feel a bit more confident in their play. Still lead 3-0 on aggregate, 0-0 in the second leg. As it's knocked back into the feet then of Bird, goes back towards halfway. They're just trying to knock it around here. Tanner in possession. He'll try and scamper forward, which he does. Finds McCrory to his right. He goes back in field then towards Knight. The Irishman then finds Viner and just knocking it around, but they're going sideways and slightly backwards at the moment. But Sheffield United just look happy to sit in and wait for a potential mistake and try and break on the counter. As it's back now with Viner again. He plays a little 1-2, but still it's in his own half. And having been about 10 or so yards inside Sheffield's United half, they're now forced into their own, and they give it away now. Maybe an opportunity here for the Blades to attack quickly. Brooks down the right-hand side gets possession now. He's immediately swarmed by a couple of Bristol City players, Twine being one of them. And now it's the Blades' chance just to knock it around inside their own half across their back four. It's with Burrows. Burrows then gives the ball towards Harmer. Back towards Robinson inside his own half. And it is just control now, it seems, from the home side.
Yeah, they've got more control, haven't they, than when they were very nervy. And not very nervy, but they were certainly... they looked nervy in the build-up phase. You know, they were happy not to have the ball. Now they're a bit more sort of, okay, we can have the ball. We can take some sting out of the game by having spells of possession. And if we do have to go from back to front, you know, and hit Kiefer Moore, we've got that option. But we just need to hang on to the ball a little bit more and deny Bristol City the momentum that they were having in the opening sort of 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think it was always going to happen, wasn't it? They were going to come out sharp, weren't they? Bristol City trying to make an instant impact. They haven't been able to do that on the scoreline. 0-0 on the night. There's Kiefer Moore. He will get aside a free kick. Just been fouled over the halfway line, and as long as the game, or the longer the game is 0-0, the more the Blades will feel ever confident that they'll be reaching Wembley, where they will take on either Sunderland or Coventry City. The Black Cats leading 2-1 for that first leg. Certainly not over. One of the goals was gloriously gifted towards them, Coventry City, but Frank Lampard will be hoping for a turnaround against Reggie Lebreese's side. There's going to be a free kick chance now, though, for Sheffield United. They've got everyone lined up around the edge of the D area. Moore will be the intended target, and it's a diagonal ball in towards the right side of the box. Moore wins his header, knocks it down, and then it's cleared away eventually by the City defence. Chowdhury will just collect this one midway through his own half, but it wasn't a bad ball in. It's so obvious where they're going to go, but it's so difficult to stop Kiefer Moore, though Kiefer Moore could have been stopped now because he's down on the deck in the box holding his right knee, so you'd feel that's a bit of an awkward landing he's had.
Yeah, we've got an injury break at the moment. The referee's come over to him and asked him if he wanted the physio on or whether he'd be alright to carry on without any treatment on the pitch, but he said, no, I need the physio on here. So this is a moment, I think, for both coaches to just get some more tactical information into the teams. It's a genuine injury, you know. I'm not saying this is he's not gone down under instruction here from Sheffield United. There's no real reason for them to do this, but it's actually quite a timely moment, I think, for Bristol City to get round and maybe have a bit of a rethink. You know, what they had done well in the opening 20 minutes has fallen away in the last 10, and now maybe it's a chance to come up with a new plan, or just I don't know, go over some of the things that were said before the game that some of the players have forgotten during the course of the match, because it was working at the start, wasn't it? You know, the movement was good. They were getting that avenue out to the left-hand side for Roberts. Roberts was creeping up, getting some good balls in. And they were getting some shots away from the edge of the penalty area as well on second balls, but Sheffield United have been much better in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's just maybe with the energy levels just dropping a little bit from Bristol City, but look at Kiefer Moore, just popped up 8 aerial duels this match and he's won 6 of them, so here's that outlet up there. If he has to go off, which at the minute it looks 50-50, they've got options on the bench that they could bring on, of course not the same type of player, but Rhian Brewster, Tyrese Campbell being 2 of those. They were dropped from out of the first leg, starting 11 for the second. I suppose you could bring Callum O'Hare on and you could just go Cannon up front and O'Hare playing behind him. There are options for Chris Wilder and what he wants to do, if he has to do something, that is. I suppose they'll be hoping that Moore can still continue, but they obviously, with a 3-0 first leg advantage, still 3-0 on aggregate at the moment, they won't want to sort of needlessly keep Moore out there and potentially risk him for the final.
Yeah, I mean, he's walking off under his own steam. He's got a bit of a smile on his face, so it probably was just an impact injury, or he's fallen a bit awkwardly and it's felt wrong, but it seems like, time's a good healer or whatever, or they've maybe given it a rub, manipulated it, and he's going to be alright to carry on, which is good news for the Blades for the time being, because he's been a good outlet for them, hasn't he? When they've come under pressure, they just knock it up to him and he'll either win a flick on or he'll win a free kick, as we saw a few moments ago, and it was from that free kick that he then won the header, which led to his injury.
Yeah, he's such an asset, sort of attacking set pieces, but also defensively as well. When they're defending corners, free kicks, he's worth his weight in goal at times, is Kiefer Moore. As Brooks has possession for the Blades, back underway then. 33.5 minutes played, 0-0 in the second leg. Chip ball down the line that's a terrible ball. It's a terrible clearance though, and there's maybe an opportunity now for the Blades. It's Harmer into the penalty area looking for options, chips it towards the far post. Oh, and there was Brooks and he's missed it and it's gone behind. What an opportunity. Brooks for me just looks like he pulls his head away. He's not too sure if he's going to run into the post potentially, but that should be 1-0.
Yeah, mistake by Tanner, seized upon by Harmer. Harmer looks up, puts a great ball in, and he's a fraction away. You know, whether he's not dipped his head in time, or whether he's just not quite there. I don't know. I mean, he's crashed into the back of the net, and he puts the thumbs up to appreciate the cross from Harmer. It was a good attempt, but just not quite linking up with Brooks.
Yeah, great opportunity. It would have been a poor moment for George Tanner. He lost possession, a poor touch. It was initially a really poor ball downfield by Sheffield United, and Tanner just gifted that chance to Harmer, who was pressing him quickly. As a ball at field out towards the right, McCrory wins his header, trying to play this one out from their midfield are the Blades. They've done well. Little ball chipped up field. It's been headed away. Free header for Viner there. Back on halfway the ball falls. McCrory is challenged fairly, says the referee, as Sousa gets his foot to it again. No doubtably, sometime this match, I will call Vinicius Sousa Vinicius Jr. As I always do by accident. Completely different players they are indeed, but yeah, it will happen, I will assure you. As ball is played out to Chowdhury now on the edge of his own penalty area. And Manning would have tried to get, like you said, some instructions to his side in that little spell there when Moore was receiving treatment, but they just seem to have lost that little bit of intensity, that bit of spark about their play.
Yeah, a mistake there by O'Leary as well.
Yeah, there's a chance here as the shot from the edge of the area is blocked away. This time by Cameron Pring. Well, it was almost a defensive calamity, really. O'Leary not trying to just knock the ball at the field, which you can understand, but that's a terrible ball, and who he's trying to actually find there, Viner potentially, but yeah, really poor. I think it will be out for a square, out for a corner. Went out for a throw, but a long throw will be launched into the box. Kiefer Moore standing on the edge of the 6-yard area. So they've got options in there that they can try and aim for.
Yeah, they thought they scored from a long throw, didn't they, in the first leg? It was chalked off for an offside right on the line. So obviously, you know, long throws are a real weapon for Sheffield United and something that almost worked for them in the first game.
Yeah, Robertson does launch it in there, nearly a chance. It's just been flicked away at the crucial moment. Not properly though, as the chance here. Shot for inside the area is blocked away, and that'll go behind for a corner kick. It was Burrows who had the effort on the volley, right-footed. It went through a crowd of players, but went wide.
Yes, decent hit this with his wrong foot, isn't it? Burrows finds himself in the box and just has a bit of a chest control, and then hits it off the back of Pring. Could have gone anywhere really, but it's gone 3 yards wide for a corner.
Clearing the lines there properly, Bristol City, and allowing the Blades a chance now from a set piece, and Moore will be one of the players they're aiming for. What can happen is there's just too much attention on Moore though from the Bristol City defensively, and a player will be free, but Harmer whips it in. Oh, and it's sort of scooped off the line by the goalkeeper. Shot comes in on the rebound, that one's blocked away. Chowdhury will pick up the loose ball out towards the right hand side now, play down the line of Sousa. It's clipped in towards the far post. The keeper comes again, and a wild swipe at that one, gets a palm to it. It's cleared away once more. Chowdhury will get the loose ball once more though, and they look to come forward again here. It's going to be floated into the box again. The keeper comes up, and third time lucky, he collects it out of the air and he pulls it out over him down this right hand side. There's an opportunity here. There is Naki Wells is running at the United defence. Into the box he goes, needs a little bit of support, gets to the byline, tries to cut it back, and he'll win his side a corner kick. It's probably the best he could have done there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Sheffield United were well set up to defend that situation. You know, goalkeeper O'Leary comes, he sees the cross a long way out, comes, reads it really well, and then he wants to set his team off on a counter-attack. Well, that's fine, but you need more support there. There were only 2 Bristol City players running and about 5 Sheffield United defenders getting back, so it was always going to be tricky for Wells to do something in that situation. Earthy was the only player up with him, and he didn't make a particularly good run. So the corner, as you say, was about the best he could do.
That second one that O'Leary comes for is the worst of the lot, I have to say. A really horrible punch flap as Twine then takes this corner short down the line. Earthy loses it though, and now there's an opportunity for the Blades to break forward here, and they're charging over halfway. A player down the left hand side is Harmer, and he's found now. Harmer will run at the Bristol City defence. Oh, dearie me. He goes for a ball with the outside of the right foot and just toe pokes it straight towards the keeper.
Yeah, he tried the old Trivela pass, which has become very popular, but not many players do it very well. And Harmer is obviously in the category of one of those who needs to work on it.
Yeah, should have just come with the left foot. But anyway, Bristol City with the ball, and they've just been let off in a couple of occasions here. The away side still 0-0 on the night, 3-0. The Blades lead on aggregate. 39 just over minutes played, and the task is growing ever more difficult and bigger for Liam Manning's side as they're trying to play it out from the back. Ball at field over halfway. Chowdhury misses it when he tries to slide and block him. It's just going to be popped out of play by Amar Hodzic for a throw-in.
He's still a bit all over the place, Chowdhury, isn't he? I mean, he's played this position now for about 3 months, hasn't he? He still looks like he's learning it on the job.
Yeah, he's certainly looks more like a centre midfielder than a right back, I have to say. But it's the Blades that have possession now. They've got an opportunity to come forward here, charging forward now inside the penalty area. Well, that's really poor actually there from, I think it was Harrison Burrows who got forward then. He's kept hold of possession, but Bristol City have been able to get their players back now. Ball in from the left-hand side, is allowed to bounce in. A little flicked header. It'll be put behind for a corner though. Initially that was a really good chance of Burrows, but didn't seem like he knew what to do.
Yeah, I mean, cross, just an unchallenged cross, which, you know, if you're gonna let quality players put in balls from that angle and that area, you know, you're gonna give away chances. So Bristol City need to sharpen up because there was no pressure on the ball. And Peck looked up, but a dangerous whipped cross into the back post, sort of 6-yard box area, and it just was dying for somebody to attack it.
Yeah, the momentum certainly seems to have shifted towards the home side as Bristol City just seem to be lacking a bit of energy, but maybe a bit of direction on how they're trying to attack. The early sort of 15-20 minutes when they're getting the ball out towards the left, that stopped really, and that was a good avenue for them. But what can the Blades do from this corner? Be left-footed, in swing and delivery. Well, false start. They'll start again. There was a few players that made some runs in the box, but eventually right arm goes up, left-footed, in swing and delivery, high towards the near post, and there is more, and into the back of the net, and the big man has got the goal, which has put Sheffield United 1-0 up on the night, 4-0 on aggregate, and that could be the final and killer decisive blow.
Yeah, relief all round at Bramall Lane. Well, certainly for the Sheffield United fans and for Kiefer Moore. It's his first goal in 12 games. I think an 11-game drought for the striker there has ended with a simple header. And again, you're looking at O'Leary here and saying, what is the goalkeeper doing? This is there for him to come for, and he's just, well, he's not even a step too late. He's like a step and a half too late, which considering this is inside a 6-yard box, how a goalkeeper could be a step and a half too late to get there. He gets a little bit of a block, but he really is like just caught in no man's land, and it's a simple header for Kiefer Moore. Credit the blocking, but O'Leary has to do better.
It's just floundering, the goalkeeper. We saw it, 5 minutes ago at 3 occasions in quick succession where he tried to come out and only just got to the ball on the second one, and yeah, it's just poor. There's really good play by Tom Cannon, you would say, because he's just in front of him. It sort of gives him a little nudge to put his elbow into him to make it slight, like little split second where he has to stop and go around him. But yeah, I think that's really poor goalkeeping. Like you said, shouldn't be a step and a half behind Kiefer Moore inside his own 6-yard box, and that could really take the sting out of this game now. It was a perfect time really to score. We're a couple minutes away from half-time plus additional. And it looks as if Chris Wilder's side will be heading to Wembley as the little flicked on ball by Moore again. All the way back now, Bristol City have possession. I think the referee's given a free kick. Peter Banks against Kiefer Moore here. 7 shots, the first on target for Sheffield United, but they found the back of the net. It's a long way now, isn't it, for Bristol City?
Well, they scored a set-piece goal in the first leg as well, didn't they, Sheffield United? A corner which was not dealt with, and again, you wonder about Rob Dickey's absence. You know, he's been a rock at the back for them this season. He goes off. They concede from a corner in the first game. He's not here for the second game, and they concede from a corner again. And I think maybe, you know, if Dickey had played, then perhaps there'd a bit more confidence there for the goalkeeper, or maybe Dickey just deals with Kiefer Moore and gets the header away.
Yeah, it's disappointing defending from a lot of aspects there from Bristol City. And as we get close towards half-time, Liam Manning will have to think: do I try and mix it up? Do I change things? They've got to go for it. They're 4-0 down on aggregate now. Do they bring Mehmeti on, the top goal scorer this season? They've got to make some changes. Sinclair Armstrong, does he offer a bit more physicality up top? They need to do something to try and mix things up and find a way back into it. If they could get one before half-time to level on the night, then that would certainly help. But yeah, I think they'll be hard-pressed to try and find 4 goals to move this tie level, as Vinicius Souza is adjudged to have just bundled over his man on that far left side of the field in Pring. As they knock it backwards now. So Sheffield United at the minute going to the Wembley final. Sunderland or Coventry, do you think either Sunderland or Coventry can win? I'll come back to that though in a minute though, because Sheffield United won the ball up down this left hand side. It's with Moore. Moore now will drive forward then. The Welshman's going to have a dig here from a good 25 yards out then, blocked away. We pick back up then by City as they look to come forward. The ball is just launched down the line then, looking for Narky Wells, but one will just skew out of play, throw into the Blades. Yeah, do you think any side can beat Sheffield United?
I think so. It's you know, it turns upon the day, isn't it? Playoff final usually. You know, teams have gone in as heavy favourites and been burned for whatever reason. You know, I think sometimes it's just psychology on the day. You know, which team has the better mindset. I think Coventry would be a better game. I think that, you know, Sheffield United Coventry would be, you know, a bit more football being played. I think Sunderland would probably try and grind it and sit deep and defend, and that might lead to quite a negative spectacle, you know, not a great spectacle.
Yeah, Sheffield United coming forward down the left, ball low into the box, is missed at the near post by Moore. It's behind him. It should be dealt with here. They try to clear it away with Roberts, Bristol City, which they do, up towards halfway where nobody is waiting though. 3 minutes out of time has gone up on the board, and yeah, I think Sheffield United be happy to get in 1-0 at the break, 4-0 on aggregate. On the way to Wembley, 45 just over minutes away from it. Yeah, Sunderland have got unhappy memories of playoff finals. A lot of years ago, I seem to remember they lost in a penalty shootout to Charlton.
Yeah,
I think it was. Was it Mickey Gray who missed the penalty? Yeah. That's that memory going back as crossfield ball here from left to right for the Blaze is well actually kept in by Brooks, and he's got time to turn and he'll have a run here. Roberts here, Brooks, and now he cuts inside, little nudging in from Twine. Is he going to get a free kick? No, he's not, says Peter Banks, and now City got a chance to counter, but just not countering with any kind of pace, not that same zip as they had in the opening 20 minutes of the game. And then they've just put a loose ball out here by Earthy, and it'll be a throw to the Blades. Yeah,
just a couple of minutes left of this additional time for Sheffield United to see out what's been an excellent half. You know, okay, first 20 minutes Bristol City came at them, but as you mentioned at the time, they were restricting them to shots from outside the box mainly, and Sheffield United then grew into the game. Bristol City, you know, their initial push just started to fade, and then Sheffield United just controlled it really from about sort of 25 minutes onwards and got the goal, and now they're in dreamland really, 4-0 up and on aggregate, and you know, it's a training ground exercise for them really now.
Yeah, it should be. There's a Chowdhury tries to knock one down the line, headed away but not very well though, picked up by Peck, and an opportunity for the Blades right on the stroke of half time. Ball in towards a far post, and well, Moore was trying to wait there. Leary does catch this one, plucks it out of the air. We've got less than a minute of the 3 added on to go until we reach the half time whistle. As Bristol City again just lacking a little bit of oomph about their play. They've got to reset, they've got to go in at the break and then really give it their all. I think Liam Manning's got to make some attacking changes and just go all out for it really. There's nothing to lose now. They'll be playing championship football again next season as things stand. There's a ball up towards halfway. That's a nice one, and a chance now for Bristol City to come forward down the right hand side with McCrory. McCrory looks up, a couple touches in on the left foot. Now he finds the ball towards Bird, delivers it into the area. Straight into the grateful arms of Cooper though, just lacking that little bit of creativity.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah, it's not been a, you know, it's not been a great second half of the first half, has it, for them? And there was a moment there, wasn't there, when the injury to Moore came. You think, okay, you know, use this moment to just regroup, and unfortunately they've not been able to take that opportunity. And so at half time it's Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. Half-time at Bramall Lane in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg. It's Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. So 4-0 to the Blades on aggregate. And after an initial 20 minutes where Bristol City had a good go, a couple of shots on target from Knight and from Wells, which stung the hands of goalkeeper Cooper. There was very little after that because Sheffield United really took control of the game and they got the goal through striker Kiefer Moore, who headed home from a corner just before half-time. Half-time at Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. From a corner. Half-time at Bramall Lane in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg. It's Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. So 4-0 to the Blades on aggregate. And after an initial 20 minutes where Bristol City had a good go, a couple of shots on target from Knight and from Wells, which stung the hands of goalkeeper Cooper. There was very little after that because Sheffield United really took control of the game and they got the goal through striker Kiefer Moore, who headed home from a corner just before half-time. Half-time at Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. Half-time at Bramall Lane in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg. It's Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. So 4-0 to the Blades on aggregate. And after an initial 20 minutes where Bristol City had a good go, a couple of shots on target from Knight and from Wells, which stung the hands of goalkeeper Cooper. There was very little after that because Sheffield United really took control of the game and they got the goal through striker Kiefer Moore, who headed home from a corner just before half-time. Half-time at Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. Half-time at Bramall Lane in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg. It's Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. So 4-0 to the Blades on aggregate. And after an initial 20 minutes where Bristol City had a good go, a couple of shots on target from Knight and from Wells, which stung the hands of goalkeeper Cooper. There was very little after that because Sheffield United really took control of the game and they got the goal through striker Kiefer Moore, who headed home from a corner just before half-time. Half-time at Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. Half-time at Bramall Lane in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg. It's Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. So 4-0 to the Blades on aggregate. And after an initial 20 minutes where Bristol City had a good go, a couple of shots on target from Knight and from Wells, which stung the hands of goalkeeper Cooper. There was very little after that because Sheffield United really took control of the game and they got the goal through striker Kiefer Moore, who headed home from a corner just before half-time. Half-time at Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. Half-time at Bramall Lane in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg. It's Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. So 4-0 to the Blades on aggregate. And after an initial 20 minutes where Bristol City had a good go, a couple of shots on target from Knight and from Wells, which stung the hands of goalkeeper Cooper. There was very little after that because Sheffield United really took control of the game and they got the goal through striker Kiefer Moore, who headed home from a corner just before half-time. Half-time at Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. Half-time at Bramall Lane in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg. It's Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. So 4-0 to the Blades on aggregate. And after an initial 20 minutes where Bristol City had a good go, a couple of shots on target from Knight and from Wells, which stung the hands of goalkeeper Cooper. There was very little after that because Sheffield United really took control of the game and they got the goal through striker Kiefer Moore, who headed home from a corner just before half-time. Half-time at Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. Half-time at Bramall Lane in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg. It's Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. So 4-0 to the Blades on aggregate. And after an initial 20 minutes where Bristol City had a good go, a couple of shots on target from Knight and from Wells, which stung the hands of goalkeeper Cooper. There was very little after that because Sheffield United really took control of the game and they got the goal through striker Kiefer Moore, who headed home from a corner just before half-time. Half-time at Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. Half-time at Bramall Lane in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg. It's Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. So 4-0 to the Blades on aggregate. And after an initial 20 minutes where Bristol City had a good go, a couple of shots on target from Knight and from Wells, which stung the hands of goalkeeper Cooper. There was very little after that because Sheffield United really took control of the game and they got the goal through striker Kiefer Moore, who headed home from a corner just before half-time. Half-time at Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. Half-time at Bramall Lane in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg. It's Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. So 4-0 to the Blades on aggregate. And after an initial 20 minutes where Bristol City had a good go, a couple of shots on target from Knight and from Wells, which stung the hands of goalkeeper Cooper. There was very little after that because Sheffield United really took control of the game and they got the goal through striker Kiefer Moore, who headed home from a corner just before half-time. Half-time is Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. Half-time at Bramall Lane in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg. It's Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. So 4-0 to the Blades on aggregate. And after an initial 20 minutes where Bristol City had a good go, a couple of shots on target from Knight and from Wells, which stung the hands of goalkeeper Cooper. There was very little after that because Sheffield United really took control of the game and they got the goal through striker Kiefer Moore, who headed home from a corner just before half-time. Half-time is Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. Half-time at Bramall Lane in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg. It's Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. So 4-0 to the Blades on aggregate. And after an initial 20 minutes where Bristol City had a good go, a couple of shots on target from Knight and from Wells, which stung the hands of goalkeeper Cooper. There was very little after that because Sheffield United really took control of the game and they got the goal through striker Kiefer Moore, who headed home from a corner just before half-time. Half-time is Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. Half-time at Bramall Lane in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg. It's Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. So 4-0 to the Blades on aggregate. And after an initial 20 minutes where Bristol City had a good go, a couple of shots on target from Knight and from Wells, which stung the hands of goalkeeper Cooper. There was very little after that because Sheffield United really took control of the game and they got the goal through striker Kiefer Moore, who headed home from a corner just before half-time. Half-time is Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. Half-time at Bramall Lane in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg. It's Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. So 4-0 to the Blades on aggregate. And after an initial 20 minutes where Bristol City had a good go, a couple of shots on target from Knight and from Wells, which stung the hands of goalkeeper Cooper. There was very little after that because Sheffield United really took control of the game and they got the goal through striker Kiefer Moore, who headed home from a corner just before half-time. Half-time is Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. Half-time at Bramall Lane in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg. It's Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. So 4-0 to the Blades on aggregate. And after an initial 20 minutes where Bristol City had a good go, a couple of shots on target from Knight and from Wells, which stung the hands of goalkeeper Cooper. There was very little after that because Sheffield United really took control of the game and they got the goal through striker Kiefer Moore, who headed home from a corner just before half-time. Half-time is Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. Half-time at Bramall Lane in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg. It's Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. So 4-0 to the Blades on aggregate. And after an initial 20 minutes where Bristol City had a good go, a couple of shots on target from Knight and from Wells, which stung the hands of goalkeeper Cooper. There was very little after that because Sheffield United really took control of the game and they got the goal through striker Kiefer Moore, who headed home from a corner just before half-time. Half-time is Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. Half-time at Bramall Lane in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg. It's Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. So 4-0 to the Blades on aggregate. And after an initial 20 minutes where Bristol City had a good go, a couple of shots on target from Knight and from Wells, which stung the hands of goalkeeper Cooper. There was very little after that because Sheffield United really took control of the game and they got the goal through striker Kiefer Moore, who headed home from a corner just before half-time. Half-time is Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. Half-time at Bramall Lane in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg. It's Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. So 4-0 to the Blades on aggregate. And after an initial 20 minutes where Bristol City had a good go, a couple of shots on target from Knight and from Wells, which stung the hands of goalkeeper Cooper. There was very little after that because Sheffield United really took control of the game and they got the goal through striker Kiefer Moore, who headed home from a corner just before half-time. Half-time is Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. Half-time at Bramall Lane in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg. It's Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. So 4-0 to the Blades on aggregate. And after an initial 20 minutes where Bristol City had a good go, a couple of shots on target from Knight and from Wells, which stung the hands of goalkeeper Cooper. There was very little after that because Sheffield United really took control of the game and they got the goal through striker Kiefer Moore, who headed home from a corner just before half-time. Half-time is Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. Half-time at Bramall Lane in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg. It's Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. So 4-0 to the Blades on aggregate. And after an initial 20 minutes where Bristol City had a good go, a couple of shots on target from Knight and from Wells, which stung the hands of goalkeeper Cooper. There was very little after that because Sheffield United really took control of the game and they got the goal through striker Kiefer Moore, who headed home from a corner just before half-time. Half-time is Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. Half-time at Bramall Lane in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg. It's Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. So 4-0 to the Blades on aggregate. And after an initial 20 minutes where Bristol City had a good go, a couple of shots on target from Knight and from Wells, which stung the hands of goalkeeper Cooper. There was very little after that because Sheffield United really took control of the game and they got the goal through striker Kiefer Moore, who headed home from a corner just before half-time. Half-time is Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. Half-time at Bramall Lane in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg. It's Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. So 4-0 to the Blades on aggregate. And after an initial 20 minutes where Bristol City had a good go, a couple of shots on target from Knight and from Wells, which stung the hands of goalkeeper Cooper. There was very little after that because Sheffield United really took control of the game and they got the goal through striker Kiefer Moore, who headed home from a corner just before half-time. Half-time is Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. Half-time at Bramall Lane in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg. It's Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. So 4-0 to the Blades on aggregate. And after an initial 20 minutes where Bristol City had a good go, a couple of shots on target from Knight and from Wells, which stung the hands of goalkeeper Cooper. There was very little after that because Sheffield United really took control of the game and they got the goal through striker Kiefer Moore, who headed home from a corner just before half-time. Half-time is Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. Half-time at Bramall Lane in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg. It's Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. So 4-0 to the Blades on aggregate. And after an initial 20 minutes where Bristol City had a good go, a couple of shots on target from Knight and from Wells, which stung the hands of goalkeeper Cooper. There was very little after that because Sheffield United really took control of the game and they got the goal through striker Kiefer Moore, who headed home from a corner just before half-time. Half-time is Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. Half-time at Bramall Lane in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg. It's Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. So 4-0 to the Blades on aggregate. And after an initial 20 minutes where Bristol City had a good go, a couple of shots on target from Knight and from Wells, which stung the hands of goalkeeper Cooper. There was very little after that because Sheffield United really took control of the game and they got the goal through striker Kiefer Moore, who headed home from a corner just before half-time. Half-time is Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. Half-time at Bramall Lane in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg. It's Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. So 4-0 to the Blades on aggregate. And after an initial 20 minutes where Bristol City had a good go, a couple of shots on target from Knight and from Wells, which stung the hands of goalkeeper Cooper. There was very little after that because Sheffield United really took control of the game and they got the goal through striker Kiefer Moore, who headed home from a corner just before half-time. Half-time is Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. Half-time at Bramall Lane in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg. It's Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. So 4-0 to the Blades on aggregate. And after an initial 20 minutes where Bristol City had a good go, a couple of shots on target from Knight and from Wells, which stung the hands of goalkeeper Cooper. There was very little after that because Sheffield United really took control of the game and they got the goal through striker Kiefer Moore, who headed home from a corner just before half-time. Half-time is Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. Half-time at Bramall Lane in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg. It's Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. So 4-0 to the Blades on aggregate. And after an initial 20 minutes where Bristol City had a good go, a couple of shots on target from Knight and from Wells, which stung the hands of goalkeeper Cooper. There was very little after that because Sheffield United really took control of the game and they got the goal through striker Kiefer Moore, who headed home from a corner just before half-time. Half-time is Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. Half-time at Bramall Lane in the Championship playoff semi-final second leg. It's Sheffield United 1, Bristol City 0. So
yeah, welcome back. Second half just about to get underway at Bramall Lane, and the home fans are in very good voice. The old greasy Chip Butty song is no doubt echoing around Bramall Lane as they are cheering their side to Wembley at the moment. They lead 4-0 aggregate, 1-0 on the night, and we are back underway with Bristol City kicking off and sending it back to O'Leary, who was a central figure really in the way that Sheffield United were able to establish the lead. He flapped to the corner, didn't get there, a bit of a Superman dive to try and make ground that he couldn't do, and Kiefer Moore tucked away the header. Simple stuff for him, ending a goal drought. And it would not surprise me if Kiefer Moore scored again now. The old London buses adage coming true. Sheffield United 1-0 up and with a throw-in down in the left-back area. It's Jack Robinson who sends it high towards Moore, who flicks it on towards Cannon. This one's headed clear by Viner. Souza pokes it forward. It's intercepted by the visitors. And now Bird gets on the ball, gets some movement coming forward here. He's driving past Souza. Stops, looks up, plays it square to Knight. Knight uses his body shape to shield it from Harmer. Plays it back to the right-hand side now for McCrory, advancing towards the edge of the box. Back to Knight. Square ball to Bird. Bird then back towards McCrory. And now they're just over-elaborating here at Bristol City, but still finding a bit of space now for Pring. And there's a foul on the edge of the box. And this does give Bristol City a chance now from a free kick. It was a late challenge on Knight. And this is just on the edge of the D.
Yeah, it's a good shooting position this. It's an opportunity right at the start of the second half. It was Cannon there, and then a bit of a late one from Brooks. There wasn't much in it, but it was just a bit sort of stale there. No one really looking to play that killer pass for Bristol City, but they've got this opportunity. I'm still flabbergasted that there's been no change at the break, though, from Liam Manning.
Well, Scott Twine has placed the ball, and it looks like he's going to be the one to take the free kick. Referee Banks is just marching the wall back to the white line that he's just sprayed. Cooper is lining his wall up. He's got at least 4, maybe 5 men in it now to try and stop this effort from Twine, who's been a real set-piece specialist for, well, not for a number of teams, not just Bristol City this season. He scored a few absolute worldies. I saw him score one fantastic free kick in a championship match earlier this season. I think it was at Ashton Gate. Well, he stands over this one, and you really couldn't have placed the ball in any better position. It's just about far enough for it to get up and over the wall and down again on the other side. Referee blows the whistle. Twine steps up, hits it right-footed, and it's over the wall. It's tipped over the bar by Cooper.
Yeah, straight down the middle of the goal. It's an easy save for Cooper to make. Obviously taking no chances, just sort of punch that one behind. At least it's a corner, and at least it's a shot on target.
Yeah, Twine was somewhat annoyed that he hadn't quite got the direction and bend on the delivery there to beat Cooper, but it keeps the pressure on. Bristol City corner taken by Twine, who sends it in near post. It's booted away by Peck, back whence it came, and it's out for a throw in. Twine picks up the ball. The Sheffield United ball boys, I think they've taken the second half off. I think Chris Wilder said, "Look, lads, you've done great service all season. Don't bother coming for the second half."
Well, they've got the balls on the cones, haven't they, ready for them to take? But yeah, they definitely weren't that interested in getting the ball.
Bristol City have it again, halfway line now with Pring. A good first half, Cameron Pring, and wasn't that I could detect at fault for the goal that they conceded. Out to the right side from McCrory and laid back to Tanner. Tanner can't find that forward pass, just tucks it back to Viner. Viner passes it on now to Pring. They're just going sideways on the halfway line, not probing, not passing it through. Earthy struggling to get into the game. The lone man who's operating just off Naki Wells. Wells showing signs of frustrations as well, but this passing from side to side continues from Bristol City. Now Roberts plays it back again to Knight, and they've advanced precisely nowhere at the moment, Bristol City. Earthy's pointing for it to go out towards McCrory's flank. Now Earthy gets it to feet. Stumbles as he receives it, turns, lays it back to Tanner. He stood behind Tanner now, Earthy, though, so Tanner's not really going to have many options to pass it forward. They're just struggling to break down Sheffield United at the moment.
They are. Sheffield United just sitting in, but I don't see the need for 3 centre-backs on the pitch here for Bristol City. Sheffield United aren't busting guts to get forward.
Earthy trying to get a shot away, hits the legs of Robinson and cannons off for a throw-in on the far side, the Bristol City right, which they take and knock back to Tanner. Tanner's been poor for me, I think, both defensively and in possession. He's reluctant to play a forward pass. Looks like really he's just not up to it tonight. Here's Roberts. He's looked for a cross, and he puts a good one in towards the back post. It's volleyed clear by Burrows. Drops on the edge of the box, and Knight pokes it back now towards Tanner and Viner. That was a bit hurried from Viner, but Earthy helps him out. Plays it back to Tanner. Can he knock a forward pass now? Yes, he does. Out wide to the right for Earthy. Earthy square now tonight, but they're just getting tangled up in all these red and white shirts who are defending that side of the pitch. Now it's given away by Pring, and he's given it away costly because here's Cannon advancing towards goal. Cannon to the edge of the box, looks for a shot, now tries to cross it towards Moore at the back post, and Vine adjusted enough to cut it out for a corner.
That could have been all it there for Bristol City, which I mean we already think it is 4-0 down on aggregate, but really poor play. And that's just really their own downfall, because they're just knocking it around on the halfway line, going backwards, sideways, and just a little pressure from the Blades, and they managed to nip the ball away. Not the greatest from Cannon. Needs to either play it earlier or go for the shot. He got that horrible in between, but yeah, three centre backs with your two wing backs as well. McCrory's not really getting forward that much. Neither is Pring. I think you just got to make changes here. You got to go for it.
So Harrison Burrows comes to take the corner. Sheffield United still committing a few bodies forward for this corner. Amin Hodzic, Moore, I think Harmer's in there as well. I know he's lurking edge of the box actually. And Burrows plays it towards the edge of the box. And it could be Harmer coming on this now, and he hits it, it's deflected in the back of the net, and it's 2-0 to Sheffield United. It was a well-worked corner routine, played in low to the edge of the box. Brooks dummied it, Harmer came in. It wasn't the cleanest of strike, but it had enough off the deflection to find the corner of the net.
Yeah, just enough to take it into that far corner. It's a little bit unfortunate for Bristol City with the deflections taken away from the keeper, but they've allowed that opportunity to create itself. Just the low ball played in for the corner. You mentioned you could see Harmer lurking on the edge, and then no one's there with him. It's just an easy little step over by Brooks. It's nice by him, but it's just dreadful defending by Bristol City.
Yeah, it's not ideal, is it, really, to leave a player like Gustavo Harmer with a free shot on the edge of the box. He doesn't really connect as well as he would have liked, but the look goes with him because it's a horrible deflection that just balloons into the back of the net, giving O'Leary no chance. Nobody on the line either. I guess you've got to give a tick for the set-piece specialist for the way they worked the corner, and maybe just a lot of luck on their side for the way it went in.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not a clean strike from Harmer. You know, it's sort of a daisy cutter on the floor and a big deflection off the defender's outside of the foot. But yeah, it takes it away from Cooper, who was flat-footed when that deflection first happens. But like I said, it's manifested itself there because Bristol City just allowing that, just nobody really keeping an eye on Harmer, who, like you said, probably one of the best players on the pitch, and you've allowed him that chance to just lurk around. Sort of, he was about 30 yards out, wasn't he, to start with, and he just edged his way forward when they played that set-piece routine. But
well, I mean, I've seen him volley in corners. You know, I've seen them play corners to the edge of the box where he's actually smashed them in on the volley. So you know, to just you've got to at least prepare for that possibility that they can do that.
But there's still no movement. There's still no movement on the bench. And I know they're 5-0 down on aggregate now. 2-0. I know it's very unlikely, but surely the fans that have travelled are just going, what are we doing? Why are we not changing things up? We've got to try and throw some attacking substitutions on, or at least change the formation.
Yeah, I mean, I think they just seem so rigidly stuck to this formation, married to the formation, aren't they? And you know, I'm sure that will be discussed by the fans in the aftermath why they haven't stuck another striker on. Mehmeti, obviously the top scorer, is still languishing on the bench. Bristol City have a throw in. They lob it into Pring. Goes back to Viner. Pring again, left hand side. Wells makes a run. It's delivered towards Wells, who flicks it on with a header, but it's an easy catch on the line for Cooper. Perhaps he could have taken a touch there.
Potentially, maybe thought he didn't have as much time. He thought there was a defender maybe rushing in, but again, it's difficult for Bristol City, I suppose, is when they get it out wide and they look to whip it in. They've got Lachie Wells to aim for, who isn't really the tallest. He's not going to win that many aerial battles against this Sheffield United defence.
Offside flag goes up here against Sheffield, or maybe a foul actually has been given against Moore, which the Welshman did not agree with. Bristol City fans look fairly stony-faced. Well, that might have been a Sheffield United fan, actually. I couldn't quite work it out. But Bristol City have possession. Viner, well, that's a giveaway to Cannon. Cannon now nicks it away from Bird, feeds Moore on the edge of the penalty area. Moore looks for the support, might even go for goal himself here. He's on his right foot and he's been held back. He wants a free kick. Referee Banks says no. And now there's a counter-attack at the other end for Earthy. Earthy's being pursued by 3 red and white shirts. He's got no support. Eventually knocks it back to McCrory, but it's just too slow. There's no speed on that transition. for Bristol City. It was Sheffield United getting back quicker than they could get forward. And when you're 5-0 down aggregate, well, maybe it's understandable, really. Here's Roberts trying to get room for a cross, puts it in near post. Dealt with by Ahmed Hodzic. Comes back to Roberts, who tucks it back. Could still be a chance here for Bristol City, with Bird hitting a shot. Brilliant block there from Peck. And then Brooks gets a foot in. Is he fouled? He's gone down holding his shins, and the referee's eventually giving the free kick. It felt like the referee sort of waited for the shouts there and then gave the free kick.
Yeah, it's like he looked at how much the United player was rolling around on the floor. I don't think there was a great deal there. Scott Twine is remonstrating with the referee, but so I said there's maybe understandable that they think the tie's gone, but also I think this is a time where you look around and this is where you see the players that you want in and around you. I think is you still got to put the effort in. You've still got to try. Anything can happen. Yes, it's very, very unlikely, but you mentioned there when Earthy got it coming forward down the right hand side, and suddenly there was 3 Blades players surrounding him. There's just no desire. Any kind of belief from this Bristol City side is completely gone.
Yeah, I think if the 4th goal wasn't a killer, the 5th probably was. Sheffield United played across the back now to Burrows. Goes back to Robinson. A little risky ball into Peck, but Peck knocked it back to Cooper, and his first time clearance is high up towards the halfway line. Kiefer Moore rises, not Cooper Moore. Kiefer Moore rises and holds it up pretty well, finds Peck. Intercepted though by Twine, and he knocks it back to Pring. Well, Bristol City, they did finish 6th in the Championship. They just about held on the last day of the season with, I think it was Millwall, wasn't it, who almost got that last playoff place, putting some pressure on them, but Blackburn as well. They came with a good run at the end of the season, didn't they, after initially faltering under Valerian Ismail, but Bristol City held on to the top 6 place, but I'm afraid that looks like where their playoff challenges ended.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, first leg you can make excuses for them or contributing factors for the 3-0 loss, the red card, fine, but this second leg, bar the first 20 minutes when they look bright, they look as if they're trying something, it's just been really poor after that, and yeah, 2-0 down on the night, 5-0 aggregate. They're now making changes, but you just think, too little, too late.
It is indeed. McGuane, Mehmeti, and it is Scott Twine's coming off, I think. Twine to be replaced by Anis Mehmeti, and Hirakawa is the other substitute coming on. So Max Bird is going to be replaced by McGuane, and Hirakawa is coming on for Earthy.
It doesn't strike massively.
It could be a formation change here, because obviously Hirakawa is he is a wide player, but it looks like he's going to stay as the inside sort of 10 of this 3-4-3. Now the ball's played up to him. Hirakawa on the half turn just glides away from the first Blades defender, plays it back into midfield. Then Knight finds Mehmeti, edge of the box. Mehmeti back towards Hirakawa. Could be a shot coming here. Knight might be the one to take it. Blades getting bodies back, and Knight hits it. He blazes it just over the bar.
Yeah, it's not bad there, but again, it's a shot from distance. It's a shot from well outside the area, and that's what the Blades have reduced Bristol City to in this game, is trying to score from distance, having pot shots, and they've just not been good enough, really. Not good enough execution, the conviction. But again, I know the tie's gone for Bristol City, but surely as a manager you have to try and give the belief to your players that you don't think it's gone. But you've just made pretty much like-for-like changes there. You've not taken off one of your 3 centre-backs, one of your wing-backs, anything. Just mix it up, and it maybe just shows the lack of versatility.
Mistake here from Pring, and it could be catastrophic. Cannon now goes for goal, and it's taken a deflection and gone wide. But Pring made another mistake there under pressure from Cannon. Viner got back and just got a half a block on the Cannon shot that took it over the bar.
It's so poor. It's so poor from Pring. He's so left-footed. They didn't use the right foot there at all. And yeah, to be fair, there's maybe suggestions for a little foul from Cannon, but referee allowed it to play on. Yeah, just a good block in the end to take it behind for a corner, but that just sums up Bristol City, I think, in this second half especially.
An hour gone at Bramall Lane. Home fans are already singing about Wembley. They'll be playing there at the end of the month, but who will it be? Sunderland or Coventry in the Championship playoff final? Gus Harmer's corner to the back post, headed on by Moore, and then arriving is Burrows with a half volley that never quite really got on its way. Could be a counter-attack here for Mehmeti, who drives forward to the half. Against the Sheffield United players getting back quicker than Bristol City's. And again, the effort there, the hustle from the Blades players to get back was remarkable.
Yeah, and it's the hustle from Kiefer Moore, the centre forward. Yeah, really good play by him. I was just about to say it could be a chance now for Wilder to take off his players he wants and wrap them in cotton wool for the final that's coming up.
Absolutely, and he will take that opportunity now with them 5-0 up. So Campbell is coming on. Andre Brooks is going off. Of course, he's got a goal in the first. He's done okay tonight, hasn't he? He's tracked back well and not really done a great deal in attack. So Tom Cannon is going off as well. So I guess Campbell will just replace him in attack. And we'll see Callum O'Hare come on. And then also coming off is Kiefer Moore. So it feels like it's like the front three coming off here, isn't it, really, for Sheffield United? And Brewster, O'Hare and Campbell are the replacements.
Yeah, and I would have been very surprised if Moore wasn't subbed there just to keep him fit and fresh for the upcoming playoff final at Wembley, where Sunderland or Coventry wait. But yeah, they've done the trick. They've, like we said, they got past that first 20 minutes of the game, withheld what was a decent start by Bristol City, limited them to shots on the edge of the area. There's been nothing clear cut at Michael Cooper this evening. That's the issue for Bristol City. And you've got to give credit to the Blades. You know, they grew into the game as it's gone on, and their quality, their class is eventually told.
Yeah, there's a few injured Blades as well that aren't featuring tonight. The cameras are picking up on some players that are unavailable due to injury. So it's got a big squad, hasn't it? I mean, I think that's probably one of the reasons why they have been right up there all season. The squad is fantastic. Here's Harmer trying to dink a ball in now towards Callum O'Hare. Hare square towards Campbell's first time effort. Just gone wide from Tyrese Campbell. He's only just on the pitch. And he tried to just glance across there from Callum O'Hare towards goal, which he couldn't quite manage.
Yeah, that would have been a good introduction to the game. I mean, it's crazy the quality when O'Hare was coming off the bench, because he's a great player, O'Hare. He's had his injury problems, but yeah, I think certainly someone that can bring that extra bit of quality to the team. But yeah, just didn't quite get the contact he wanted on it there, Campbell. Just too much of a glancing effort. Wanted a bit more on it if he could have.
Well, if it's Coventry in the final, then there's quite a few ex-Coventry players in this Blades team. One of them here is Harmer, who plays it towards O'Hare, who's another one of them, and it's intercepted by Pring. They've got McCallum on the bench, another ex-Coventry player. That's three I can think of off the top of my head. Now Mehmeti's got the ball lost there in a tangle with Peck, and it's cleared towards Brewster. Link up there with O'Hare. Brewster gets it again. Campbell straight offside. Harmer's made a run, and the pass should have gone to Harmer. It was a fantastic run through the middle. Brewster never even saw it. And so Sheffield United just play it across the back. Robinson to Ahmed Hodzic. He knocks it to Chowdhury. And back to the Bosnian. Now Peck onto Campbell, little layoff there, back towards Souza. Forward pass towards Harmer. Harmer chests it down, controls it, moves away from Pring, beats Pring easily. The Dutchman slips it forward to now Peck. Peck further wide now to Burrows. Burrows is crossed a little bit behind O'Hare. Can't quite flick it on there towards Brewster. Intercepted by Roberts. Comes back to Souza. 64.5 minutes gone. Harmer on the edge of the box. Holds it up with traffic. Knocks it back to Peck. Sheffield United dominating play with Robinson playing it out wide to Burrows again. Burrows teasing Hirakawa, knocks it back to Ahmed Hodzic. Sheffield United training ground play now, really, just keep ball session for Chris Wilder's side. Chowdhury back to Souza, and now Peck, forward pass to O'Hare. O'Hare's pass looking for Brewster's run, looking for Campbell's run, was a little bit under hit and dealt with by the visitors' defence, cleared by O'Leary. High towards the halfway line. Hirakawa doesn't challenge Robinson, who nods it on. Collected by Tanner. And now McCrory. Inside it goes to Knight. Knight back to McCrory. In fact, no, this is Tanner trying to link up with McCrory. It's off the legs of Harmer. So yeah, Coventry would be an interesting one for some of these Blades players. There is reports coming out of the Stadium of Light this evening that Sunderland have moved the advertising hoardings 2 metres in towards the pitch for tomorrow's game to potentially nullify Coventry's long throw threat. Milan van Ewijk, who caused a few problems in the first game with his long throws, he's obviously caused problems for his own defence with the back pass, but that's a big weapon that Sunderland are trying to mitigate for tomorrow's game.
Yeah, fair enough. They've got to try and do that. If they've spotted an area that caused them issues, then yeah, fair enough. It's within their rights to do it. But I still think a long throw specialist will be able to get some sort of decent purchase on it. But yeah,
well, like the Blades at Wembley with Jack Robinson hurling his bombs in as well. That's going to be something. Should Sunderland get there? Anyway, Sheffield United still looking for more goals in front of the home fans. And they've got the ball out on the left-hand side with O'Hare. Back to Harmer. Wide now to Campbell. Campbell will give and go. And this is just, again, keep ball. Or just 5-yard passes, give and go. Nice movement. O'Hare coming on really helps them with that because he just knits the play together. Sousa's dropped deep almost between the two centre-backs he's playing now, Vinny Sousa. So this is just another little sort of tactical wrinkle here from Chris Wilder. This is almost showing that they can play a different way when they're in control of the game.
Yeah, it's just really sort of easy play for them, isn't it? Like you said a few times, training ground exercise. I mean, what I'm thinking here is Bristol City, you don't like to see needless challenges going in, but they've not been zipping into the challenges. There's been no yellow cards. There's been not many fouls. You just think, get in the face of them and try and make it uncomfortable, but nobody fancies it.
I just think they're not that type of team, are they? You know, I just think that it's a Liam Manning team. You know, they play pretty football. They don't score many goals. They don't concede many goals. You know, it's just his style, really. His style isn't a sort of in-your-face, you know, we're 2-0 down, right, we're going to just rattle in for the next 20 minutes. We're just going to, you know, win every second ball and rattle into the tackles, because that's not how they play. Sam Bell on for Cameron Pring now with 23 minutes to go.
Yeah, no, I'd agree on that, but again, maybe that's the limitations of the manager. Maybe that's the limitation of the players. You know, you sometimes you've got to have plan B, C at occasions. You've got to be able to mix it up in game as well. It can't just be, all right, next match we might do this. It's got to be, you know, in the moment, be able to say, right, we'll change him, he'll pull back, and just try and see the gaps. But this just smacks to me that the manager just has lost all belief in this tie as well.
Well, he's in his first full season as Bristol City manager, Liam Manning. It's been a difficult season for him personally, and he has got experience of manager at League One level. I think it was at MK Dons, but you know, in terms of experience, you compare him to Chris Wilder, and it's night and day, really, isn't it? You know, he's very much at the younger end of the Championship manager scale, whereas Wilder is, you know, pretty much one of the Dons.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. I mean, I suppose it's sort of a reflection of the season. You'd say, fair enough, you've snuck into the playoffs, you've done pretty well, but it's about building, is it, for next season? You know, maybe he can spot the areas that he needs to try and improve and see what they can do with the budget, with the money they might get for obviously finishing 6th place. But I think it'd be difficult for them to replicate what they've done.
Yeah, it feels like he'll need to add either in personnel and maybe in terms of tactical approach for next season to have a stronger challenge. I think make better use of the loan market as well. You know, they signed George Earthy on loan, but he's really not pulled up any trees. And you think that it's so crucial for teams in the Championship to get quality player, you know, quality young players who need game time from the Premier League. And you know, I think Sheffield United have obviously done that at times this season. Bristol City maybe less so. That might be something they'll look to improve on. Is Knight knocking it forward to the right hand side now for Pring, approaching the edge of the penalty area, McCrory rather, given away once more by Bristol City. And we've reached the 3/4 point of the match as Roberts is lining up a shot from range, takes a deflection straight at Cooper, and that's my time to hand over to James Mason for the probably stale last 20 odd minutes.
Yeah, again, it's a long range effort. That's probably the furthest one out for that Bristol City tried to shoot from this evening, and a little flick on the way, but an easy save. Yeah, it'll be 11th successive campaign in the Championship next season. They'll be starting Bristol City. Just looking at the finishes they've had since they won League One in 2014-15, they've gone 18th, 17th, 11th, 8th, 12th, 19th, 17th, 14th, 11th and 6th. So there is progression as the Blades are coming forward down this left-hand side. Maybe an opportunity. Campbell just inside the area, had O'Hare to his left, who he finds O'Hare. Lovely back heel to find Campbell. Tries to pull it back, then it's been half cleared away. Trying to get a foot on it as Brewster. He has a left-footed shot blocked away, and it should be cleared down the line here by Bell. He's just going to flick it off the legs of Childry and out for a throw, but well, that's the little bit of trickery O'Hare has. Lovely back heel.
Yeah, he's a lovely player, isn't he? He's had a real struggle of a season, I think. You know, his numbers are way down on what he was doing at Coventry. You know, he was signed to be, you know, he was signed to be the man really, and he's found himself sidelined almost just as a substitute role, impact sub for Sheffield United. But he has made an impact on this playoff semi-finals. He scored the third goal at Ashton Gate, as now we see Gustavo Harmer coming off. So again, this is just in line with Chris Wilder's plan to rest his best players.
Yeah, I think it could have been a double change. Can't remember if I saw two players ready to get on. Maybe it was just the one, but it's Jasur and Raksaki who'll be coming on to replace him. Raksaki's been in and out of the team this season as well. He had a little spell where he was starting right wing back. I think they went to three centre backs for a little bit at Sheffield United. With that right back position they had an issue with, and Raksaki was playing as a right wing back, but Chowdhury with the four they're playing at the back for this game, and you'd suspect it's probably going to be the same starting 11 for the playoff final for them. Maybe the odd little change if he wants to. Tyrese Campbell, I think Campbell, Brewster or Cannon will take that second striker spot next to Moore, won't they? Moore definitely starts.
Yeah, I'd say so. He's been excellent tonight. I think Cannon has, you know, he's worked hard, but for me, he doesn't look as though he's got many goals in him. Campbell probably is the more potent of the two at the moment, so I don't know which way he'll go. I presume he'll probably go with Campbell, I think, for the final. That would be the way I would interpret it, but you never know with Chris Wilder. He might have a different idea.
Yeah. So we just mentioned before, sort of top scorer wise for Sheffield United. Armour's got 9, Campbell's up there with 10 of course, Raksaki's got 7, Burrows has chipped in with 6, Moore with 5, Brewster's down there with 4 at the moment. So certainly they have spread the goals around this season. It's City coming forward down the left hand side here with Bell, but tries a little step over, ball poked away from him by Raksaki. He's just under a little bit of pressure, a little nudge from him by Bell. Free kick's given. Looks perplexed at the decision by the referee, but any little nudge from behind, the defender's in a little bit of trouble. They will go over, and the free kick is awarded to them. Just you know, we'll have an official off-tube studio commentary of that Championship playoff semi-final second leg tomorrow evening. Sunderland against Coventry. Sunderland with the 2-1 victory. Is that John O'Shea? Is that John O'Shea?
It might be, you know. That's a great spot if it is.
The Republic... No, it's not the Republic of Ireland boss, is he?
Well, he was. He was caretaker boss. He's not anymore. He was part of the coaching staff for a while, wasn't he?
Yeah, was he... Who do we wear? Jason Knight probably. Is he weighing him up potentially? Is Sheffield United with the ball inside the penalty area. O'Hare tries to play it back to Raksaki, and it's blocked behind for a corner kick. Finder then just doing enough to give away a set piece. Yeah, I couldn't quite figure it out if it looked like him or not. It was one of those fakes. He was slightly had his head down, but there will be a corner kick chance here for the Blades. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I think they're happy with a 2-0 win this evening and 5-0 in aggregate it will be, but I suppose more goals they score, the more confident they'll be going into that playoff final. Just builds the momentum as well. This will be an unbeaten run of 4 games. Wins over Stoke, Bristol City twice now, and it was Blackburn before this playoff as the corner is whipped in, left-footed in-swinging delivery, half cleared away, shot comes in from distance. It's again blocked down, charged down, but Chowdhury picks up the loose ball out towards the right-hand side now, where the Blades will look to come forward. It's just played back inside towards Chowdhury under a slight bit of pressure. Turns back towards the halfway line where Sadie Peck is waiting. Now it's with Cooper on the edge of his own penalty area. Now Played up towards Souza. Souza, nice ball towards the head. Great first touch, and he lays the ball down the line here for Raksaki, who's got a bit of room to run into now. Gets towards the byline. He's going to have a run at the defender here, Bell. Little step over by Raksaki into the penalty area. Tries to knock it back towards the on-rushing teammate and O'Hare there, excuse me, but he can't do it as Bristol City have possession back as they look to come forward down the right-hand side of the field now. It's with one of their substitutions they made in Hirakawa, who hasn't been involved that much. Have we mentioned Membety touching the ball? I don't think we have yet since coming on.
No.
Very frustrating even for him. As I say that, I think he's just had a couple of touches as he gets the ball back now. Membety out towards the left where Bell is hugging that touchline. Chowdhury tries to nip in and win it. Referee just says half a play on there as the switch of the play. It's a nice switch of the play as well. Brought down by McCrory after a couple touches. Left-footed, low ball in. Smashes against the side of Hirakawa's head. Up into the air. The Blades managed to clear the lines, and the Blades have got the ball, and they'll go for a quick counter-attack here as O'Hare plays it over halfway down the right-hand side of the field for Raksaki. He's under no real urgency to get forward here. Raksaki just nonchalantly knocks it inside towards Peck. Peck holds onto it, gives it back to Raksaki. Raksaki has Viner coming across, putting a bit of pressure on him. Raksaki's going to have a little go, I think, here. Tries to play ball into the box, then finds Peck. Oh, right-footed shot. In that one, well, he's asking for a corner kick. I don't think it's been given. It'll be a goal kick. That would have been some goal. It's a ball that's fizzed into him by Raksaki. Great first touch. Oh, that's close.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the ball's just come up nicely. I mean, it's sort of sat up nicely for his shot. And there's actually a foot in from Knight as well, which kind of just probably maybe puts him off a little bit. And, yeah, not far away at all. Good player, Sidney Peck. You know, when I first saw him, I thought he's just a tackler, but there's much more to his game. You know, he's come through, I think, the Arsenal Youth Academy, and he's got some real quality about him, I think.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's good. He's very easily distinguishable with the rolled down socks. Always makes it easier as Bell now on the left-hand side of the field. Just goes inside now towards Knight, but yeah, there's not been a lot for the Blades goalkeeper Michael Cooper to do this evening, and yeah, Bristol City will have to reset going into the summer transfer window, see who they can bring in. Don't think any of their players will massively be on the radar of other clubs thinking we'd like him. Probably looking at, yeah, I don't know, maybe Jason Knight. He's got a little bit about him in the centre of midfield, but see what they can do as Hirakawa now comes forward, but he's dispossessed. One back though. Membety with possession. Now Viner out towards the left-hand side for Bell. Takes a touch, a heavy touch. Ooh, and then he's wiped out by Chowdhury. Is that going to be a throw-in? Thought he was a little bit late there, Hamza Chowdhury. Didn't think he got much of the ball, but the referee was happy with the challenge. But I think if you're Sunderland or Coventry, if you get through to the final, and Chowdhury is starting at right back, we mentioned that's an area you've got to try and attack.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think who would Enzo Lefebvre be one who'd maybe go up against it for Sunderland on that side. I'm not sure. Coventry. Well, it's a great shot from range. It's tipped around the post by Cooper. So again, it's another shot from range from Bristol City, and Cooper equal to it again. Yeah,
that was a good stop. It was Tanner, who hasn't done much defensively in the game. Little deflection on the way through as well. I think that's going to nestle in the top left corner, but for Cooper, sprawling across. What can he do from this corner, Bristol City? Can they at least get themselves a consolation? It's a right-footed in-swinging delivery. Headed away, though, easily on the edge of the 6-yard box. It will be picked back up on the halfway line by McGuane. Out towards Hirakawa. Just scampers away from a challenge as they look to work it from right to left. It's with Tanner. Plays a ball down the line for Bell, but that's a heavy touch by him. Toe pokes it behind, and it'll be a goal, a kick to the Blades. Just looking at who, well, there'd be a change actually made before we'll look at who could potentially be going up against Chowdhury in that final. Be a change of both sides. It'll be Tom Davies coming on, and it will be Vinicius Souza who will be going off, who's had a good game in centre midfield.
Yeah, he's such a key player for them, and I'm surprised that he left it this late to take him off. To be honest, he'd be one of the first three I would have said to go off, but Souza eventually makes way, and Tom Davies, popular member of the squad, clearly the deputy to Souza in that midfield area, comes on for final 10 minutes.
Yeah, and it'll be Harry Cornick, I think it was there for Bristol City. coming onto the field of play. But yeah, Narky Wells coming off. It's certainly not a match that, as a sub, when the manager looks around, you go, no, don't bring me on here. We're 2-0 down, we're 5-0 down on aggregate. We're going out of the playoffs here as Sheffield United come forward, ball into the penalty area, maybe a chance then, ball falls to O'Hare. Ooh, and his shot across the goal line is wide of the mark. And it will go behind for a goal kick, although it actually will be a free kick because the offside flag went up. But that battle of potentially who could take on Chowdhury down the left. You mentioned Enzo Lefebvre. Haji Wright played as sort of the left of the three behind Thomas Asante for Coventry. And that'll be an interesting one.
It'll be a handful, Haji Wright, yeah.
Sakamoto, he's a really good technical player, Sakamoto as well. He's got a good touch, tricky player if Coventry make it through. Roberts, suppose he could switch flanks for Sunderland, or Enzo Lefebvre, like you said, is probably the more likely. But certainly there'll be some good battles to be seen in the playoff final. But who will join Sheffield United? Have to wait till tomorrow evening to listen to unofficial off-tube studio commentary. But Sheffield United in the second leg, 2-0 up on the night, 5-0 on aggregate they lead. A very convincing route to the playoff final and to Wembley for Chris Wilder's side, as ball is out towards this near side for Bell. Bell then goes back inside towards Knight. Knight then finds McGuane. McGuane then just squares it towards Tanner. Tanner finds McCrory inside towards Hirakawa. Hirakawa, he's followed closely by Tom Davies, who just forces him to go back towards the halfway line. It's about 8 minutes plus any additional time to go, and I think if the referee has any mercy, he won't put many additional minutes on, as all breaks down for Bristol City in the final third. And now the Blades have got a chance to come for themselves. Up towards halfway, they bring it with Brewster. Down the left hand side finds Campbell. Campbell just knocks it back towards halfway. He had no desire to go forward there, Campbell, but this really is a training exercise now for the Blades to see the game out. Just seeing the stat popped up there with Sheffield United's all-time playoff record. Was it 9 appearances and 4 victories? An nervy time for them, like you mentioned, playoff finals, absolutely anything can happen. It's just that on the day, on the 90 minutes, as the Blades come forward down the left here with Campbell, and there's a run into the box here, maybe an opportunity, a step over, chance for O'Hare, and into the bottom left corner. That's the third goal on the evening. 3-0 Sheffield United lead, 6-0 on aggregate. Just absolutely picked Bristol City apart there. O'Hare with the smart finish, 3-0.
Yeah, and if that was John O'Shea, and I think you're right, I think it was, the Republic of Ireland assistant manager, he'd be interested in this goal. Now, Callum O'Hare, I mean, he's got an Irish name, hasn't he? Born in Solihull, but he's not an international yet, and I just wonder whether he'd be somebody that would be on the Republic of Ireland's radar if he can keep on playing like this. And he scored in both semi-finals now. This is a lovely, well-worked goal from Sheffield United. The run from Burrows makes it, and the dummy's excellent as well. The pass from Campbell's well-weighted, and then he just steps onto it and just buries it, does O'Hare, for 3-0.
Yeah, really smart finish. Yeah, that step over is lovely though from Burrows, like you mentioned. It completely fools Aidan Roberts, and smash into the back of the net first time. Nothing O'Leary could do about it that time, but yeah, O'Hare, certainly I think he's one of the players where he probably won't make the step up to get into the England side ever. So,
but he looks like, I think he could handle international football. You know, he's got that technique.
He definitely get, obviously, it's no disrespect, but he definitely get more chances for the Republic of Ireland. Absolutely.
He'll be trying to find some ancestry there that would get him into the squad.
See what they can do. Didn't they try and get Patrick Bamford at one point? The Republic of Ireland, I seem to remember. But yeah, I suppose England nicked Declan Rice from there, didn't they? So see if they can steal a few players back to help them on their international
He's an
quest.
England under-20 international, so that still leaves him available. Born in England, he's of Irish descent. So yeah, that's definitely who John O'Shea's been watching tonight. Yeah,
there you go, John O'Shea. I think Jason Knight is already part of the Republic of Ireland setup.
Tom Cannon as well.
Tom Cannon, Max O'Leary, who I don't think will have done a lot to help himself. I couldn't do anything about the third goal, really couldn't do anything about the second goal, but the first one he could have done something about, as Bristol City come forward down the right-hand side. It's just over 5 minutes of normal time to go. It's with Hirakawa, a little step over, gets to the byline, digs out across, high towards the far post. Bell's there, tries to nod it back inside, only to Raksaki though, who volleys this one clear down the line. It'll be back up by Robertson. They'll look to go again here the Robins trying to at least get a consolation, getting beat 3-0 in both legs at the minute. That's a heavy playoff defeat for them, a heavy playoff experience. Out towards the right-hand side, Tanner finds McCrory. It just hasn't worked, has it, in terms of the setup, the formation-wise against Sheffield United. Yes, they had a lot to do from the first leg, but you never quite felt like they're going to carve out a clear-cut opportunity. And as I say that, a long ball downfield here by the Blades, and Campbell's giving chase here. Little nudge on Roberts and another one. That'll be a free kick. But they never felt overly threatening tonight, Bristol City.
No, it's I think it's just they just play pretty football, and it's been effective to the point where they've climbed, 10 or 12 places from where they finished last season to get into the top 6. But there needs to be, as you mentioned, there needs to be a plan B. There needs to be just a different way of going about things, and they seem so rigidly married to this formation that when you need to take a defender off and put a striker on, they just won't do it.
Yeah, no, agreed. I mean, you've seen Sinclair Armstrong this evening, who is a big unit. There's someone up there that can put himself about, but yeah, it will come with time with Liam Manning. You would, I think, from a Bristol City perspective, you would hope that he, gets more strings to his bow and he can change things up, and maybe sort of needs the help with the coaching staff for them a little bit as well. Just needs somebody in the ear saying, why don't we try this, boss? Why don't we bring him on? But at the end of the day, it all comes down the shoulders of the manager. He's the one who bears the brunt of the decisions from the owners. I'm sure that they're not going to get rid of him, having taken City to the playoffs this season. He'll be given at least the first few months of the next campaign to see how they do, but I do know that some owners get a little trigger happy, and if they haven't made a good start to campaigns, they do sort of switch it up quite quickly. Yeah,
that's always the concern, isn't it, for any manager really? And it could be even a concern for Chris Wilder next year. Probably not. Premier League is going to be very tough for Sheffield United, and they'll have to lean on his experience a lot. Would Sheffield United be able to get a better manager in than Chris Wilder? Probably not. So, they're going to stick with him. They're just going to back him, and the fans will clearly stay on his side, even when things will be, I'm sure, very tough for them at times next season.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, you've already heard reports that Leeds, having won the Championship, are thinking about replacing Daniel Farke ahead of the new season because of his record when he's managed in the Premier League.
Yeah, well, actually, of the 3 promoted managers, I mean, all of them have got promotions from the Championship on the CVs already, haven't they? But Chris Wilder's got the better Premier League record than both Farke and Parker. So that may stand him in good stead should it be Sheffield United that go up against Burnley and Leeds in the Premier League next season.
Yeah, it's another crack at the Premier League that Wilder may thought he might not have gotten again, having left Sheffield United, but came back, and he's at the minute is one match away from getting them back in to the top flight. As we've got less than 2 minutes of normal time to go, plus any additional. Like we said, even though there's been a string of changes in the second half, if Peter Banks does have mercy, he will just put a couple of minutes on, and that will be it, done and dusted. I think the Blades players, I would say, will just be saying, let's stay out of the way of any rough challenges that might be coming our way. But like I said, they don't play that type of game, Bristol City, and they've not really laid a glove on the Blades in terms of that aspect of the game. As Tom Davies now picks up possession, spins and goes up towards halfway. Somehow, in between 4 City players, he's managed to toe poke the ball towards a teammate. Red and white shirts now just knocking it around at the back. Chowdhury finds Amahodzic. With Davies once more. Oh, there we go. A little push on him. A little push and a foul that's come in. We've waited 89 minutes. It's Cornick who's done the job. But, needed more of that, haven't we?
Yeah. Cornick has just got frustrated with Tom Davies taking the mick there. He sort of beat a couple of men, didn't he? Went on a bit of a mazy run, and Cornick's just gone and said, look, mate, you've humiliated us enough now. And he just basically manhandled him to the ground. He's
got a yellow card for his troubles as well. The first caution of this second leg. Yeah, I mean, there's not much. There's a little push to the floor there. Davies has gone over pretty easily, but Harry Cornick, having been on the pitch since about the 79th minute, I think it was, has now got a caution. All the handshakes now already going on between both coaching teams. You see a few fans probably the way in, trying to make it out of the stadium if they can, as Chowdhury has the ball now. Sort of like a third centre-back he's playing at the moment.
It's a bit Jose Mourinho, isn't it, doing that from Chris Wilder? Okay, I get, it's been tough for him as Bristol City try and mount one last attack. But, by going to shake hands with the guys on the bench before the final whistle and the fourth official, it's just drawing attention to yourself, isn't it, really? It's a total Mourinho, part of Mourinho's shtick there, and a bit disappointed in Chris Wilder for that one. But anyway, they've won. There was no stoppage time added on. And Sheffield United are through. They have thrashed Bristol City over 2 legs. And they will face the winner of tomorrow night's playoff semi-final between Sunderland and Coventry at Wembley at the end of the month. But thanks for joining tonight. It's finished Sheffield United 3, Bristol City 0. They win 6-0 on aggregate.
Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck! Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match?